and then something else was happening at the same time. I forget what was happening at the same time.
Yes,
It
it
has
is.
been a
It is
long
up
ass
in the
time
message of the day. She told you that there's a problem happening with some hill giants.
Oh, right. Oh, and then we were talking about the Feywild, and the Feywild is the time goes
Wonky.
So you could spend, like, I forget what the exact was, but you could spend X amount of days in the Feywild, and it would only be, wasn't it a day equals an hour? A day in the Feywild equals.
That is an excellent question. I forget. I think we did.
Looked it up. Why did I not write this down? Oh my gosh.
Again. I think I looked it up though. Days become minutes. Something like that. I think a minute in the Feywild is a day.
I thought it was the other way around.
Maybe. Yeah.
It was the other way around.
That's right. A minute in the material plane is a day in the Feywild. That's right. I think.
Because I realized, because I had like a existential crisis from how much time is actually passing in the Feywild while I was been out here. Okay. All right. So we realized that we could actually solve the problem, or at least go and look at the problem in the monastery. And then come back and fix the hill giant thing.
Yeah, we had kind of left off with the group kind of having a decision to make on what they wanted to do first. Lots of options.
We were talking about using one of the Harper's teleportation circles to get closer to a portal that you were familiar with that could get us to the Feywild.
Yes, the grandfather tree. Grandfather tree was the one that I came out of.
That's
and
right.
We had looked at the map. Oh, Jesus. Sorry, I'm trying to find all the maps.
All right, here. Let's see if I can get these. These are the two maps.
So wait, the hill giants are where? How does it relate with the Feywild? How does it relate to the
Oh, so it doesn't relate. It's another thing happening in the background where because we let one of the giants walk away, because we let one of the giants walk away, they are separating. How do I say it?
So this was from Coggilia Mater,
Right.
that because one of those storm giants escaped, it could trigger the breaking of the ordning. The ordning being like the social power structure of the giants, like the hierarchy.
And it has, from what we see, because they're stockpiling like food. Sorry, I was like trying to align the maps on my screen, and like,
I know.
I'm like really trying to align them, and it's like it's not working. Sorry. Blah, blah, blah.
So yes, so down here.
They're gathering up all the food.
Yeah,
They're
red
normally
large,
not
Go ahead.
yeah, Wumford, red large, Guh. Oh no, Guh is the problem. And then
Oh,
belly
that's
out.
right.
Guh is the problem. Guh is the problem,
Good.
child. They're all talking about someone or something called Guh. Guh. Yeah, so breaking of the ordering was something that Claudia Marta predicted or saw happening, or one of the many possibilities that could have happened in our reality. And apparently, because one of the storm giants we didn't kill, that is a high possibility of happening. And we already see the hill giants gathering up food and becoming a problem in certain areas in the south, it said. Like, where's Red Larch? Now I'm like
It
looking on
is.
the map.
It's on the Sword Coast map, and Red Larch is right there.
Yeah. So Belliard, Red Larch, and
Wumford.
Wumf.
So Red Larch, Belliard, and Wumford.
Wumford, like this little triad,
Yeah.
Summer Hills area. And they're all talking about someone named Guh. And I mean, we are technically, that is technically a path we could take on the way to the grandfather tree. If we were walking or carriage riding the whole thing. But ma'am has got the ability to use circle, right?
I don't have it myself, but we can make use of a network of teleportation circles, is my understanding.
If you can cast the spell, and I think it's Captain Bane in your group has the spell.
Right,
so
but
you
I
can-
figured
yeah.
there's one in the city here that I figured we might be able to go to and make use of.
Correct.
And then if we were ever in a pinch, Bane could cast it to get us to one of them.
Where are we again?
We are in Neverwinter, so on the Sword Coast map.
Yep.
Up. Up. Yeah.
Okay.
And
So-
we've got the sigils for the teleportation circles in Ryland and Waterdeep, correct?
Yes, you got those
Everything.
from
Well, one of us has.
you got those from Degult, so you all have those. And then ma'am got the sigils for the Harper's network of teleportation
Right.
circles.
One of which is Everlund, which is just north of the grandfather tree.
And we could potentially
Am I looking at the right map?
the route. You have to go to the north map. It is here, and Everland is here.
I'm sorry. Nick, I'm sorry. Could you share the maps with me again?
I am.
Oh, I see Everland now. Yay.
Everland is there. The grandfather tree is here. So there's, I don't remember. Was there one in Yartar?
Yes.
So we were debating on going to Yartar,
Oh,
going
that's
across to Calling Horns, because Nonar's Hold is the way you get to the Shadowtop Cathedral and the grandfather tree, like the typical path. But I also knew of a path that we took, or I took when I delete, please. Delete. Oh my god, my arrow's not deleting. but I also knew of a path coming from Everland down because it's north of the grandfather tree is where the other portal to the Feywild is. And
Yeah,
somebody deletes
Can I
my-
get? I'm sorry. Can I just get one more explanation of what's happening?
Yeah, so the Feywild's time is wonky. So a day in the Feywild is
Yep.
a minute in the material plane.
Okay.
So we can go and search the temple that Nyx is from to figure out what went wrong, as well as like what their connection to the evil.
Okay.
Hang on, it's a thing. It's not. It's what's it called? The Zentarum. Zentarum is it?
Yep.
Yes, Zentarum. Their
which
connection
are
to
an
the
evil group of wizards here.
Not necessarily wizards.
Necessarily wizards. They're-
Right,
It's a
yeah,
faction,
just
yeah.
yes. I just picture them in like dark cloaks and like casting little dark spells.
It's funny. I used to play Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance on the PS2.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Zentarum were like a big part of that. So it's
Yeah.
funny that like I'm
Yeah.
bringing them again.
Yeah, they're a big deal.
They are. Sorry, my purple things are going away.
But that is what they
Um,
look like, Justin. That's like exactly what they look like.
The
Black,
cloaks, the black
with some
cloaks.
armor, and
Yes.
all right. So we're
I
gonna
will
search the
say
Temple
that-
of Nyx.
I'm going to go ahead and throw some intrigue in here. You've met a member of the Zentarum.
Of course we have.
Of course you have.
Right.
Did they survive us meeting them?
Yes. Yes, they
Ooh.
did.
Oh,
Leyland?
this is unacceptable.
Oh, is it?
I'm not going to say yes or no if you ask
Oh, right.
who it is. But I'm almost positive that you have no idea who it is, because there was never any hint or indication that this person was, and you had no idea what the Zentarum was when you interacted with this person.
Oh, wow.
Fascinating.
So it's even before we figured out what this is.
Oh,
That's
way
a
before.
lot-
Way before.
That is a long time ago. That was back in Phandalin then, because we didn't even. Oh.
Yep.
So that's all the way back in Phan. Oh.
Well, that'll be fun to
Anywho.
explore.
Yeah. We'll start like breaking up the Zentarim's plans, and then we'll go back to Phandalin, and then somebody in Phandalin will just make some sort of odd comment. We'll be like, "It was you." All right.
Sorry, I didn't mean to derail the conversation there.
No, that was good.
Yeah, well worth the small interruption.
Yes.
Excellent.
I mean, so we can figure out the Zentarim's deal with the monastery, and then also figure out like what the fuck is going on there, and just keep track of the days that happen in the Feywild.
And what does
And-
Guh have to do with this again?
Okay, so okay, Feywild is Zentarum. So then we go back to the material plane. Material plane, because we did not kill the storm giant in that final battle,
Right.
we had a possibility of starting the breaking of the ordning, which is the order of giants, like their hierarchy. So, Guh is what the hill giants keep talking about as they pillage for food in that like triangle area of Red Larch, Belliard, and Womford. So there's like a rebellion giant war starting in the material plane.
Okay. And those were it was, you said Everlund,
Belliard, Red Larch, and Womford. So
Sorry.
those, yeah, so those three is where like the hill giants are pillaging in the Sumber Hills area.
Okay.
And
then-
as far as we know, they're
Yeah.
not two related things.
They're not related.
These
just-
are
Sure.
two separate things happening that
yeah.
we could go investigate, just to make sure that's clear.
I just want to get everything straight, and then
Yeah, no, there was a lot of info from the end of the last
listen.
game.
Yeah.
a lot of info, and it's like words that aren't English, so it really is like hard to. You said one for Red Larch and what?
Belliard. Beliard.
And then the grandfather tree.
The grandfather tree. Okay, so the grandfather tree is the Feywild situation.
Okay.
So that is where Nyx came out of.
The temple.
Yes. So
Okay.
yes. So their monastery temple is in the Feywild. When they left, when they ran away from because of the whole thing, I don't know if Knaruck was there for that whole conversation. Knaruck had to be there for that.
I wasn't at the
When-
last folk band session.
Oh shit. Okay, so I think we lost Nick.
Okay,
Come on.
I'm back.
Oh.
Is it just me?
Hello?
That
Are you
was
can
all
I think
hear
it was
us?
just you.
Okay, I'm not sure what happened. Nobody get kicked off Fantasy Grounds?
I did.
I
We all
did.
got kicked
I
out
think
of
all
the
did.
grounds.
That
Yeah,
must
I
have
got
been-
kicked off.
my internet just barfed on itself. Sorry.
Oh, all right.
There was just a moment of us all being like,
Me too. Everyone froze and I was like, "Oh, can you hear me? Is it me? Oh crap!"
I'm still it's
Yeah,
still
so
attempting resolved connection to server.
it
Oh, you can
took
just
me out.
explain to me while I'm waiting.
Yeah. So
Okay.
the Zentarum.
Okay.
So so the monastery used to be part of the Emerald Enclave, the good guys, the one that's supposed to be like for the, nature balance of things, etc.
Right.
It then got like there was like an inner something in the monastery happening with the other masters who then switched over to the Zentarum and like sabotaged the monastery. And Master Zyla is the one that figured it out, and he had to leave or he would be assassinated. And then because I was their student, I then had to run away myself. And so when I ran away, I ended up out of the Feywild through the grandfather tree. And that is when I met Zwasos, and the rest is folk band history. But that has been happening in the background, and then we figured out 1 minute in the material plane is a day.
Mhm.
So really, it's been like a year ish. I don't know how long. It's been many years in the Feywild. So the Zentarum has had plenty of time to take over the Feywild
I
if they
see.
so choose. So that is why we're like, oh shit, we should probably check on that.
Okay.
And then because time works differently, it's only a day in the Feywild equals a minute. So the war isn't going to immediately like spread and break out if we're in the Feywild, hopefully. Fingers
Right.
crossed.
It felt
Yeah.
like we could. It was a much safer bet to go deal with the Feywild because things are happening over there so much faster. We have no idea what is developing just like, when we take a long rest.
Yeah.
I
Because
mean,
if you
yeah.
think
I mean, a long rest, it must be like centuries. Right?
well, it's 60 days for an hour. And then
Right.
and it's 8 hours for a
Oh, yeah.
long
Once
rest.
okay. Yeah. I got
So
the math. I really
8
fucked up on that.
times 6 is 46, so it's a year in some odd days for 8
Okay,
hours.
so
Yeah.
not centuries. Okay, I was a little off.
But still, like
It-
a significant chunk of time.
It is. It's enough time to
It's been like decades since Nyx has been back, technically.
I mean, since you've been back, yeah. Okay. Wow. So that's interesting. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, it's really interesting. The Feywild is real strange.
Yeah, I hear a lot about it. I hear a lot about it. Yes.
Okay, let me see if my connections.
I got back in.
Sorry, everybody. My nose is awful.
Ew.
Ugh.
Oh.
Chris is here.
Woo!
Yay. We got a sandwich.
A sandwich.
I don't know if this is helpful. I'm gonna try this. We'll see how good I remember doing this. I put a couple of quests in and made them visible. So if you want to hit the quest button on the right side, you should see there's a Hill Giants quest and an Owlbearer Monastery quest, and I'll try to remember to do that for the little hints and stuff,
Nice.
side quest kind of stuff that I give you all. Actually, there's probably a few other things that.
Oh, cool.
My stuff is still loading. I will be there momentarily.
Oh yeah, this is very cool.
um,
Okay. And I think that's the only other one we have right now. I'll share that too.
Nick, I had picked up the Misty Step scroll, right?
You hadn't as of the last session, but if you guys
Oh,
had gone
okay.
to sleep, if I already long rested you, so you guys went to sleep, so you got it before you went to sleep.
Okay. Could I have used like the 2 hours in there to copy it down? Sweet.
Absolutely. And if there was anything else that anyone who wasn't at the last session, if there's anything you wanted to do in Neverwinter that day before going to sleep, speak now or skip the day.
I assume we can say we like, had a conversation about what we're doing like that
Yep.
evening.
Absolutely. Yep.
And
Michael,
Nick, you and I talked about the Order of the Gauntlet and all that stuff
and all that stuff.
separately.
I don't remember. Was
Was
that in chat?
I think I had to check out of the last session early for some reason. I got distracted, like I had something, I had to go deal with something that came up. Like, I can't remember what. But anyway, the point is that I had sent you a message later saying that Zwasos would have gotten in touch with Kaliki to say he was on board for the Order of the Gauntlet.
Okay. Yes. All right. So yes. So so during this whole thing is happening, so Zwasos goes and visits Sir Alikik, and offer your allegiance to the Order of the Gauntlet. Alikik is very happy to hear that, and offers you what's the little fucking trinket? Offers you a ring. It is a signet ring. There we go. Let me write this down. Okay.
I think I might have that. I think I might have one of those already.
Well, now you have another one.
Yay.
What was the other signet ring?
I think it was for being, I think it was something I got for being a Knight of the Order.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I could be
Cool.
wrong though.
Well, if that's the case, does it say in your inventory what it's for?
It doesn't. It's actually not appearing in my inventory.
Oh, you have a gold ring set.
A gold ring set with a gold ring with moonstone set in it. But I could be. Whatever.
Do you want to have a signet ring for the Knight of the Order?
Yes.
Okay.
Sure. Yes.
And the awesome thing is that this signet ring for the Order of the Gauntlet fits the other ring, so they slide together and they form a bigger. And then you can see that with the different designs on the signet ring. Hang on a second. There we go. You can see that like the signet ring now shows like a sword in the hand of a gauntlet, but it's kind of difficult to see. But once you know to look for it, and she kind of points it out to you as she puts the ring on.
I love it. I love it so much.
So I need to make said item. Hang on a second. And so she introduces you to the Order of the Gauntlet. She does tell you that they are not a widespread organization, but that all of its members are armed, vigilant, and ready to smite evil at any necessary thing. She does tell you that there is there's a process to gain warriors. If you have a, what's the wording for this? Hang on. I wrote this down somewhere. Okay, good. Is it under O? Sorry, I didn't just say that. Damn it.
But we lost Dustin.
Oh no. No.
Or maybe they just turn their video off. Nope.
No, they're
Okay.
getting logged in again.
That was weird.
Yeah, that was weird. Welcome back.
What does that look like from your perspective? Did I just disappear?
Yeah. Yeah. Everything
I was
just
like
what?
Sitting here listening to Nick's amazing description of the joining together rings, and then I looked over. Everything was completely frozen, but I was still able to hear for a really long
That's
time.
crazy. That's crazy.
Nice.
My entire setup just went.
Wow. Maybe it's COVID of computers and I just gave it to you. Hopefully you don't pass it to anybody else.
Yeah, right.
All right. So Sir Alikik describes the Order of the Gauntlet. their main goal, their main reason is to identify evil threats and eliminate them, and that they can provide a small army upon a one-day notice with a proper proof of evil concentration, which requires written proof with provenant approved by an Order of the Gauntlet magistrate.
That's a lot of bureaucracy for, defenders against evil.
Yes, but she tells you this is that the Order of the Gauntlet's main thing is that evil thoughts are not punishable, only evil
No, of
actions.
course.
And so
Yeah.
it's very important for them to have proof of action before they act. But once they have that proof, their entire order will work to destroy the threat.
I love it.
They also work with the diamond credit houses. So you have membership with the diamond credit houses. They're really only in the major cities, the Order of the Gauntlet. They have a few outlying outposts, but really they're mostly just in Neverwinter, Waterdeep, Baldur's Gate, and Silvery Moon are really the only places that they work.
Have a real significant presence.
Yeah. And so she welcomes you with the title of a cheval and warmly hugs you and says, welcome to the order. All right. Anything else in your interaction? Any questions? Any?
I mean,
Thing? Okay, so you now have in your inventory a signet ring of the order. And she does tell you to wear the ring proudly.
I'm picturing that like the Knight of the Order ring is like shaped vaguely like an omega symbol. And then or maybe vice versa, the gauntlet ring is shaped like an omega symbol, and then the Knight of the Order ring kind of sits inside it.
Nice.
When you put them together, something like that. What I'm picturing in my head.
Sweet. Awesome. All right. So you are officially a Knight of the Order and the Order of the Gauntlet. The Knight of the Order of the Gauntlet.
Yes.
Okay. Was there anything else that anybody else wanted to look into, do during that day?
I mean, Zwasos would have just been spending any time that he wasn't talking to Alikik just in the various places in the city researching magic items.
Okay. There is the what's the place? There's the shit. I have to find my map of Neverwinter now. There it is. That's not it. You didn't give me a thing for that. What's it called? The House of Knowledge, which is like, it's basically like a library, but it's also like a scholar's place.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, you can go there. They have a section on magic. Are there any specific things that you're interested in?
Like whatever the like in-game version of something to make Zwasos' spells more potent. So the translation being something that might raise his spell save DC.
Okay.
Right. Make his spells more difficult to save from.
Okay. So you do find they do have their section is, it's not large. Most of the tomes on magic have been scooped up by the Moonstone Wizards, and one of the librarians there will tell you that their magic section is not very big. But what they do have is kind of sectioned off into the different types of magic. And so you can go into the section for sorcery and kind of look at, there's a couple of tomes about the practice of sorcery and how different magics have, come into the world and things like that. There aren't a whole lot of tomes on magic items, but you do, well, how long do you spend searching?
Well, what time was it when we killed the Kraken? Because it's still that same day, right, in game?
Yep.
Yeah.
So you had done a few things before that, and it didn't take you very long to kill the dragon, not the dragon, the Kraken. I would say it's probably it was around noon.
Yeah, I was thinking that same thing. So
Yep.
Zwasos would have we would have gone back to the city and been like, thank you all. We're sorry if we had caused a problem with our training exercise. And then we all would have broken off to talk to our different people.
Yep.
So I mean, I've been in there since after lunch, after I spoke to Alika. So
okay. So you would have had about, so it would have been about 2 p.m. by the time you could have gotten there. And then the place closes at sundown. They don't allow people in after sundown. It's kind of like business hours type thing. So
4 hours.
And it'd be like around 7, 8 o'clock-ish. So you'd have about 5 hours there. So you want to spend the whole 5 hours?
Yeah, I mean.
Okay. All right. Roll me. Let's see. This is about reading. I guess investigation. I think that. So let me.
Can I make an argument for Arcana?
Investigation check. No, because you're not. You're reading.
Fair enough.
Oh, oops, that was the wrong person. All right.
Oh.
It's all right. You spent 5 hours, so you get a +5 on that.
Okay.
So, in the course of reading, you find a few books that you think might have some information in it. Most of them really don't have what you're looking for, but you do come across some information on the name Farrelly, which kind of tickles a remembrance somewhere.
Yeah.
And you read about, she's a pretty famous person out of Waterdeep. And one of the passages mentions a rod that she always kept with her.
Wasn't that the one that Nyx dropped off the boat in the big battle?
Oh, wait, no, that's not the right thing. What is it? You know what it is, Michael. What's the item? I forget.
The item that I'm looking for?
Yeah, it's the
Or the item that you're talking about. The Bloodwell vial is the one that I, the player, am hoping to find. I just want to make sure that I go through the steps necessary to make it a tangible thematic narrative.
So you read about this special Bloodwell vial that she had on her, and that it seemed to be something that enhanced her sorceress power. It doesn't tell you any specifics about it, but it kind of strikes you as something that maybe you would like to have one of. It doesn't mention any type.
Or maybe it's worth further research into.
Exactly. Yeah. This thing stands out to you as something that's described in a way that you're like, ooh. All right. Is there anything else anyone else wants to do today?
Other than get the plan, that's all. Plan to play it so that we're ready to go tomorrow.
Yep.
Says kill something.
Wait, Chris? When did Chris get here?
Chris got here like an hour ago. He's been here.
Here for
But
a while.
he just wrote it.
Yeah.
Yes. Chris has been here.
Well, then, yeah, I just can't believe I haven't heard him say, let's go kill something here.
Yeah, his mic isn't working.
His mic's not working.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yep. All right. So.
if we go into the Feywild, oh, 600, wait, what? Ah, like a $600 audio setup and it never works. So
That's very sad. I'm trying to get my maps lined up here again. Closed it out.
So I think in thinking about making a plan, I remember the kind of well, Eliza, you mentioned the thought of either going to where are my teleportation circles? Where was it? Everland. We would have to go through the forest, or Yatar, we could take the more traditional path, but it would probably be longer. So we had talked about if we had a way to try and not get lost, we could potentially do Everland.
Can I get the maps again?
I think we all need them again since we got kicked off.
I think
Wait, what were you saying, Justin?
So basically the ways to get to the Feywild, we have to get to the grandfather tree, which is on the north map in the high forest. Ma'am can get us to Everland, which is directly north, but there's no path south from Everland. Yatar is another option where we could then travel to Nonar's Hold, and then take a path to the grandfather tree. Is that right, Nick?
Yes. Yeah. Agatha told you that there is from the accepted path into the grandfather tree, the highly walked trail. Goes from No Honor's Hold to the Shattertop Cathedral, and then from there, there's a pathway that leads to the grandfather tree.
Repeat what you just said the last 10 seconds.
Yep. So from No Honor's Hold, there's a path that leads to the Shadowtop Cathedral, and from there, there's another path that goes off to the grandfather tree. And it's a pretty well-worn path because there's a lot of pilgrimages that go to the grandfather tree. So it's a pretty well-worn path.
Okay. And may I remind everyone that I have a +10 in survival.
You what?
A +10 in survival. So
Oh yes.
if we're in the woods,
Excellent.
we can
Good
snip out
survivalist.
some things. Yes, indeed.
Excellent.
Well, that's enough convincing for me.
I think that's the way to go. Yes.
Let's do it.
I mean, I'm trying to remember. Sorry, I had a mouthful of cookie. You know, the bakery is never winter, doesn't matter.
Yo, Liza, is your mic is something's wrong with your mic? It's like low.
Yeah. So I had to switch headsets, and it's like this weird aftershocks one. I don't have both my headsets are dead right now, so this is my last pair.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
that it's not echoey. So I really have to deal with or just be loud.
Very good. Okay. So do I understand you've decided that you're gonna teleport to Everland and try to make your way south from there?
What say you, folk band?
I trust your survival skills.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
I'm with Captain Bane. Let's go kill something.
All right, fantastic. Okay. So let's see. All right, so So you've made your decision. I assume this was all talked through and decided before everybody went to sleep. Does that sound about right? So
Yeah.
you're waking up on the 13th day of Alesis, which is, like September, I guess, or August. I don't know. Anyway, it's the month after midsummer, so I guess that's July, maybe August. I don't know. Anyway, so you're the 13th day in. You wake up on this day with your plan, and so in Neverwinter, where the teleportation circle is. So you are welcome to use. You've been, given permission. You're allowed to use it. Is there anything anybody wants to do before you head out? Are you heading straight to the teleportation circle?
I don't think I have
Teleportation circle.
anything.
Oh, okay. All right. So you all head to the teleportation circle.
Did I just hear Chris?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're making all right.
Wow.
Bullshit setup, man. I'm telling you. It updates and then it's fucked for like 3 hours.
Oh,
I don't get it.
Doesn't make sense. But I'm glad the 3 hours is over. Welcome back.
Yes.
Hi. Can we kill something now?
We're
Maybe.
about to go to the Feywild. We're about to
You're
go
gonna
to
come
the
across some
Feywild.
people. It might
We
not
need
be
to
your
let these woods
best option
hold.
to kill them, but who knows? Maybe you'll run into something nasty.
Well, probably we have to find those Antara members, so we're doing like a sneak
And,
peek.
and rather than find a teleportation circle, can I just make one?
Yeah, but it would cost you a
You
spell
can,
slot
yeah.
in 10 minutes.
You can, but we have access to one. So spell components.
Why not?
So that's
Fair enough.
Save your energy, friend.
save your energy because we might need to bamf out of somebody.
Well, yeah, aren't there some pretty expensive components?
The circle? I think so.
I think it's like a 10-minute casting, and it requires you to make like the circle.
1 minute casting.
1 minute. Okay, that's what it is. Oh, I think it's a ritual spell too, right? So you can do the 10-minute. Well, you can't, but it's a thing.
Yeah, I just need precious gems worth 50 gold.
Yep. And it doesn't consume that, right?
It does consume the gems.
Oh, it does.
Yep.
Hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I remember thinking like, oh man, I should get circle of teleportation, and then like go cast the spell at the manor a bunch of times, and like we could like get at the Folk Band Manor, like set up a circle of teleportation there, but it would take a year.
To cast
So you're
the
talking about 1,800 gold worth of gems.
right. You need to find a little intern to do that for you.
Exactly.
Intern.
Yeah.
Isn't
Oh,
that what
God.
like grad school wizards do?
Probably.
Yeah, they just stay. Yeah, we do cover women board. They get to stay at the manor for a year, and all they have to do is just cast that spell every day.
That's right. And clean. They got to clean the place. That's an intern thing to do also. All right. So yeah. So that is a spell for which you'll need to have those components. I will say that you had at least one set of those components, but just be aware you'll need to make arrangements when you're in cities to buy those components so you can cast it when you need to. So you are not using the spell components, right? You're going to the teleportation circle in Neverwinter.
Yes.
And nobody, there's nothing else. Everyone's ready to go. Yes. Okay.
Is,
We have
is
food,
this
right?
Do what?
We have food, right?
Do you?
I don't know. Do we have rations and shit? No, that should have been the
I don't know. Do you?
No.
We're good. Do we need rations?
You're out in the woods for a day. You're gonna
That's
need
true.
to eat something.
Yeah. We'll just like hunt shit.
Yeah, you've got a survival +10. You can hunt
Plus
deer.
10 survival, motherfucker.
Yeah, you can kill deer in a.
Do we not want to make sure we have our own food for while we're in the Feywild?
Yeah, we'll kill some.
Yeah, the Feywild's wonky.
We'll just kill
I
some.
have 10 rations,
Perfect.
but
Okay.
there's, hang on, 1,
People.
2, 3, 4, 5. So we got at least 2 days for right now,
That's good.
and then we can hunt and shit. Not really sure. Do I remember what kind of animals are in the Feywild that we could actually hunt?
I mean, if you're cool with us hunting your people.
I mean, right? Like the Feywild's a little different. Most game talks, so it's kind of a weird
Like-
thing to kill and eat something that asks you not to. But meat's meat, right?
So rations.
What if it
I have
talks?
10 of them. Let's quickly get some more.
I mean, how much are rations? Let's just let's buy
Yeah, they're not expensive.
a bunch and put them in the party sheet.
Boom.
Buy a bunch and put them in the party sheet. Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, it's 5 silver pieces for 1 day of rations.
It's nothing.
I mean,
And I imagine they don't weigh too much.
2 pounds per ration.
I mean,
That's not
Mam's got carrying capacity to spare.
yeah.
She can carry him if we need.
How many rations do y'all want to buy?
All of them.
Well, I have 2 days worth. I have 2 days for everybody right now. We need to be able to get to the monastery. Stay there for a little bit, hunt it out, find the Zantara members. Figure out their deal.
I'm good. I mean, I had some water while we're here. Camels hold water for a long time. So
According to my inventory, I've got 40. I got rations (parentheses 1 day) 40 in the bag of holding.
40 rations. Okay.
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
you have-
Oh, I also have 10.
yeah,
So
I have
I think
5
we're
rations. I have
Okay.
5
Excellent.
rations.
You don't need any rations. You're fine. Okay.
All right,
good.
number
Go
11.
teleport.
All right.
Logolas, what did I get
Excellent. So
those?
you've got food. You've got food, and
We got food that doesn't talk.
that's right. You have food that will not ask you to please not eat me. That's excellent. And Knaruck has plenty of water in his hump. You guys
Right.
can all. There's
Exactly.
like little holes for straws that you guys can just like. stick.
Yo,
That's not how it works, is it?
It's exactly how it works.
God,
He's got
I
a
hope
camel
not.
You can provide water for us too.
That's how a camelback
Sure.
works, right? You just put straw in it.
You just poke it through.
It's fine. It's fine. Somebody's got to create water, right? Or you just drink out of a stream, right? What's the worst thing that could happen?
In the Feywild, yeah, sure.
Cholera,
Okay, all right. So you guys, you go to the teleportation circle, and there is both a guard and a robed gentleman standing outside the door. They see you. They kind of just, they recognize you as you're walking up, and they say hi. They don't even stop you, ask you any questions. They just let you right through. And then, so when you walk into the room, what you see is it's actually pretty fancy. So the room is set up, it's kind of octagonal, and there are torches on each of the facets of the walls of the room. And then there are pillars that are situated kind of opposite of the torches. So it's like torch, pillar, torch, pillar, torch, pillar, torch, pillar. And the pillars are solid marble. And then the floor is actually, the stone of the floor is actually etched with the runes of the teleportation circle. And then the etchings themselves are filled with the magical like dusts and powders and chalk. And so, there's actually, so the guy with the robe comes in the room with you. and just asks you, where is it that you're headed?
Real quick, is this specifically a Harper's teleportation circle, or is this just like the Neverwinter teleportation circle?
This is the Neverwinter teleportation circle.
Okay. Yeah, man, we'll say we're headed to Everland.
That's right. So, yeah, let's back this up just a minute.
Okay.
Because you're right. This is the official Neverwinter one, which goes to Lylan and Waterdeep. It does not go to Everland. But you knew that, so you didn't go here. So
Right.
you knew that you needed the Harper's one. So you know that within Neverwinter, but not in the castle, is the Harper's teleportation circle, and it's in a house. So you guys head out of the castle and you head to the house. You can see the Harper sigil on the outside of the house. The Harper's being much more secretive. It's a sigil that you recognize, but it's not so obvious that people would even recognize it as a sigil at all. But you know where to look. Barnock told you exactly where this house was. So you go in there, you knock on the door. The gentleman answers, hello, can I help you?
Ma'am will just kind of flash her signet and say, you're on some business.
Oh, yes. Oh, come in. He opens the door. And it's this short little human man. He looks like it's kind of odd. He looks like he's old, but you're having a hard time kind of placing an age to him. It could be somewhere between like 30 and 70. You're not really sure.
Interesting.
Yes, you're looking for the teleportation circle, yes?
Yeah, that's right.
Excellent. I haven't seen you here before. My name's Picard.
Picard. Name's Ma'am.
Ma'am, very nice to meet you. Are you new? Oh, I apologize. Many questions. I just never seen you before. It's fine.
Yeah, of course. I'm actually about 24 hours in.
Oh, fantastic. Well, welcome to the order. Are the friends? Are they also?
No, they're cool, but no, they're not.
Oh, yeah. There's no question. I was just curious if they're Harpers. We trust our members. You don't need to answer any questions. If you trust them, we trust them.
Yeah, I mean,
Welcome.
we
Hi,
are.
everybody.
We are the folk band. You might have heard of us.
Oh, of course you are. How did I not Oh, well, yeah, sure. I mean, we'd probably let you use the teleportation circles even if you weren't Harpers.
Oh, well, appreciate that.
Yeah, so, and he opens a door, and like, you've seen the size of this house, and what he's opening seems like it's a door to the backyard, but he opens the door and it's a room. And the room has a teleportation circle in it. And he's like, this is an extra dimensional room. We've got it all figured out. But go ahead in. He says, when you close the door, you'll see that the door itself will have a list of locations. Just tap the location and it'll cast a spell automatically.
Now,
Is there anything I can help with? Anything you need?
It's one of those situations that we need to be concerned if we got like a bag of holding or something.
No, you're all set. No, this is
all right.
This is Liamon's tiny building.
All right, great. Then I think we're good to go.
Can't say I've ever used one of these before.
Fantastic. All right. Well, enjoy. Have a good trip.
Thank you, Picard. I'm sure we'll see you around.
I'm sure you will. Very nice to meet you. Very nice. And the rest of the folk band too.
Hi.
Hi, nice to meet you.
And you see, he's like looking as he closes the door. Have a good time. Bye.
Nice guy.
And like he said, as soon as he closes the door and you're all in the room, this list of locations just kind of like fades into existence. And you can see the list of all the teleportation places, which I've forgotten off the top of my head.
Not that I've seen the the castle teleportation circle, but I gotta imagine this is much cooler.
It's it's similar, but because you're in kind of, you know, an extra dimensional room, it's weird. Like there's this just natural glow, so there's no torches. Like you can just see. Like there's no light source, and there's also no shadows, so you can just see everything. There's also no pillars. It's just like there's a ceiling, and then there's walls that kind of look like stone. But if you like look closely, you'll see that there's no texture to it. It's just like it's just a solid, smooth surface, but it looks like pitted stone. And then the teleportation ring itself is like gorgeous. It's this very phosphorescent, like purple color, the runes and everything, with the chalk inside. It's all kind of a glowing purple. And the room itself is just like an amber glow. So it's got this cool look to it. But the ceiling is not stone. The ceiling looks like stars. It looks like you're looking up into the night sky. It's just, and as you look at it, you notice that there is some changes. Like some of the stars are like, they kind of pulse a little bit. They're brighter, softer. Let's see. You know what? I'm just gonna. One of you has a high enough perception to notice that it is actually the night sky. Like they have projected the night sky into this small space. So it's as if you were outside and it were dark out and you were looking unobstructed into the universe.
Yeah, much cooler than the castle teleportation circle. Ooh, like some hyperbolic time chamber shit.
That's awesome.
Nyx is impulsive, so as soon as ever they're like watching, like if it's like alphabetical order, and as soon as like Everlyn pops up, like pop,
And so it's not like a list in that it's like, you know, the names of towns. It actually shows up as like you see a dot that says Neverwinter, and then way over on the right you see a dot that says Everland, and then up near the top you see a dot that says near. So, and then as they all kind of pop into place, without any other context, it is like a small map of each one of the locations.
That's so cool. Yeah, so it's like as soon as like everything fades in, it's like Everlyn.
And as soon as you touch it, you see the runes on the floor start to glow, and they change from a purple to a kind of a really light baby bluish color. And those of you who, you know, Ma'am, because she knows of the spell, and Captain Bane, because he can cast the spell, you know that now that it's lit up like that, once you step into the circle, you'll be teleported to Everland.
Well, see y'all on the other side. Ma'am steps in.
And rather than disappearing, you see Ma'am almost like particleize, and just each particle is separately pulled straight up. And then like as you touch the ceiling, it disappears. And Ma'am, for you, it's just like you're totally engulfed in that baby blue light, and you see just streaks. Like suddenly all you see is just streaks, and then suddenly you're standing in a very similar room, but you notice that the stars are a little bit different above you.
So good.
As soon as Ma'am steps in and is like fading away, Nyx is like, like kisses.
And Nyx experiences the exact same thing. You know, you guys see them just kind of, you know, turn into particles and disappear into the ceiling. And Nyx, when you come into the room, you see Ma'am, you know, with a big smile on her face, standing right next to you.
As soon as Ma'am sees Nyx like materialize next to her, she just with the big smile kind of looks down and she's like, I've read about this spell a lot. Never actually done that though. That was pretty cool.
I want to do that again.
That is so cool. It was like the stars. We were going through the stars. All right, I'm pumped. Let's go off through a forest.
All right. So I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break. Again, coffee, water, and I'll be right back.
That is awesome.
All right.
the boys keep hollering at me from the other room to with help. They're taking turns playing Pokemon Violet on the Switch. Yeah, and they're always asking me like, "What should we do against this one?" and so forth. And I was just explaining to them how they just caught a level 22 Gyarados with a great ball yesterday, and I'm all like, "It used to be hard to get a Gyarados." Chris knows what I'm talking about.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I know. Do you have Violet or Scarlet, Chris?
Nope, I don't. I actually sold my
Where's
Switch.
Oh, that's right. That was ages ago.
Mhm.
I'm remembering. So, gosh, you haven't even played Sword and Shield.
Hmm?
You haven't even played Sword and Shield.
Nope.
Well, someday when you can afford a Switch and you're going to have lots of catch up to do. Sort of like when you don't get to watch your favorite show for a couple seasons and then you get to.
I was talking to my father-in-law the other day. I think I'm just going to download a Switch emulator for my computer.
Oh, hey, if that'll work. How would that work with? I guess you can't play any game on that because some of them require like motion control and shit like that. Like how does an emulator rationalize?
The motion might be an issue, but as far as anything else, I just
any of the games that are just standard controls. You can play Breath of the Wild and shit like that on it.
Yeah.
All right, I'm here. Sorry.
And I'm sure I can figure out a way to get motion in there.
Wow, this is the most of your face I've ever seen, Chris.
Yeah, I don't usually turn my camera on.
Yeah, and I mean, this is the most of Chris's face I've ever seen too.
Yeah, it's like bright.
Love your setup.
Me too.
Oh, Chris, you'll think this is cool. So Logan, he got a bunch of Christmas money and stuff like that, and so we piled it all together, and we sort of let him like borrow against his birthday money
Mhm.
because the only thing he asked for Christmas was a PC, and we just couldn't swing it until we got Christmas money in. So we got all the Christmas money, and like his PC like just showed up yesterday, and we got it all set up and stuff like that. My sister found like this really like decked out tower. It was actually and it was refurbished, so it was like a crazy good deal. It was like $1,500 worth of equipment that she got for like 800 and something, like a low 8.
Nice.
Yeah, of course. She failed to realize when she did all this research, because she went crazy because she was all into the process of finding the good deal.
Mhm.
But she neglected to realize that it was a refurbished office computer and thus didn't have Wi-Fi built in.
Yeah, but that's an easy. I mean, you can literally buy
Yeah.
a $20 adapter at Walmart to get Wi-Fi. My
Yeah,
oldest,
we went.
Devin upstairs, he moved his computer from down in here to his room, and his computer doesn't have Wi-Fi, neither does mine. And so we bought this like little $20 adapter, plugs it in, gets Wi-Fi.
And that doesn't affect like your speed versus
I mean, it's a lot slower than it should be.
than a hardwire.
Yeah. But I mean, he still plays like GTA 5 online. He plays Rust. I mean, he plays a bunch of games online. So,
And yeah, without an issue. So that's good.
yeah.
That's nuts.
All
Yeah,
right.
you can do anything nowadays.
That's my next thing to save up for.
A computer?
Uh,
Build your own.
Right.
It's cheaper. By a lot.
yeah.
Well, my sister, when my sister was doing all that research, we found one that was actually, Eliza, nowadays there's a bunch of like open box deals and stuff like that because people are bringing things back that they got for Christmas that weren't quite right for whatever reason. We found an open box deal, like an all-in-one, like with like 16 gigs of RAM and like a terabyte of storage and it retails for like $1,400. We found it for like $623 on Best Buy on open box deals.
Wow.
Nice.
I don't know.
Which, don't get me wrong, was still more than we could afford.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I need to save up. Well, it all depends. I might need saving up for a car.
So this
but,
out
yeah.
there, I'm going to be selling my computer here in a couple of months.
Mm.
All right. So you all make the journey through the teleportation circle, arriving very safely in a very similar but not exactly the same room, to which there's one door out. And you can see on the back of this door, there's a very similar setup of locations, except now you can see Neverwinter as one of the locations also. But you go ahead and exit the room, I assume.
I do like a fancy like beep, 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 and then go at the door.
Right. So as you open the door, you open it into what looks like a bustling room. There's a whole bunch of tables set up. There's people walking around, and everything kind of stops as everyone turns and looks at you, and then immediately goes back to what they were doing. And you see, as you kind of like look out the doorway, there's a robed person, kind of robed, not like a monk or anything, but he's got like a robe, and his hood is back, and you can see it's a human male. He looks like he's in maybe 30s or so, and he just kind of looks over and just kind of waves, "Hey, how's it going?"
Hello.
And as you all like filter out, like you can see he's kind of like,
Apparently,
I've seen
word of a
strangers.
folk band hasn't stretched this far.
you're way over. And I mean, the story has, like, there are definitely certain people. Obviously, the leader of Silvery Moon, which is just north of here, came to your gala. So some people know who you are. You don't know whether or not this person knows who you are, but obviously a parade such as you coming out of a teleportation circle might raise an eyebrow.
Yeah.
So
Oh, you're muted, Justin.
Yeah, what's that?
As I suppose you probably didn't hear me say that, ma'am just kind of like nodded at him as we came out. But as we come out with this parade of like, wordless folk, ma'am just kind of like flicks a single gold coin to the guy as like a little tip to like the elevator operator. Just kind of,
and you like, it catches him totally off guard. He's like, "Thank you."
just keeps going.
Just puts it in his pocket, like okay. I don't know what that was.
I'm still
And
kind of waking up.
you exit into what looks like almost kind of a library, but there are like rows of tables like right in the center of the room, and then off to the walls are all covered with bookshelves. Some have a bunch of scrolls in them, some are actually with tome books. And you see one gentleman over in the far left corner from you. As he looks up, he's the only person who doesn't go back to his stuff. He does kind of notice you. You see he makes eye contact with kind of and he walks over to you, pulls his hood back, and you can say he's got like kind of graying hair, but he's human also. And he says, hello, I haven't seen you here. Name's Kraken. I'm the reigning archmage here at the tower. Welcome. Is there anything that I can help you with?
No, Kraken, you said?
Yes, Kraken.
Kraken, nice to meet you. I'm Ma'am. This here's the folk band.
Yes,
Nyx,
welcome. Yes,
Knaruck,
I got Varnok's
Bane.
note.
Zwasos. Yeah, we're all here.
Excellent. Well, welcome, folk band. It's wonderful to have you here. Welcome. Varnock did tell me. Welcome to the order, ma'am. It's wonderful to have you aboard. He told me a little bit about your exploits as the folk band. It's wonderful to have you. I am the de facto leader of the Harpers at the moment. So it's wonderful to meet you. This is the Harper Tower. This is our main base of operations. We do keep, things a bit quiet here. So when you step out of the tower, don't be surprised that you're stepping out of a house. It appears as though it's a house, but obviously it's our tower here. We are 6 floors. And if you have any questions, the top 2 floors are just for high level members only, so you won't be able to get into those floors. But other than that, the building is yours to explore. The first floor has just kind of a welcome center. It's for people who get in the door, it kind of looks like a house. But then if you come up the stairs, it begins to look like the tower that it really is. Second floor is for guests. There are a number of interdimensional spaces where you can set up for as much time as you need. If you need to stay here, you're welcome. Third floor is the galley. That's where we eat. It's just kind of one huge table, and we have a few interdimensional spaces where we do the cooking. And then this is our 4th floor that you've come into here. It's the entrance to our teleportation circle as well as our research center. This is where we gather intelligence over the area of Faerun. If you're interested, there's tons of information here. If there's anything you need to know, you're welcome to ask. Obviously, you're welcome to message us, any of us, at any time if you need information. Happy to provide any information. Again, my name is Kraken, so you can now do a sending or a message spell to me directly if you need to. I try to keep myself available, so don't feel like you're ever bothering me. This is kind of what we do. So welcome to the Harpers. Are you
Appreciate the
on
hospitality? Thank you.
Yeah, please.
Does the galley serve coffee?
Absolutely, of course. All hours.
I will go to floor 3 then.
Excellent. Try the Elven blend if you do. It's delicious. Oh.
Elven blend? Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
It's my favorite. There's a few other blends. Try them, but the Elvish.
Yeah, you say I want that dwarf stuff. Might as well just drink Starbucks.
Oh, I mean, if you like bitter coffee, then the Dwarven blend is amazing. So I hear. I like a bit more flavor with my coffee.
I've actually been. I've recently been into cold brew. Does the Elven blend come into cold brew?
I'm sure you can request it. Yeah, the cook there would be happy to do a cold brew for you.
Oh, that is fantastic. This place is nice.
I'm not sure if all the real flavors will come through though.
The
berries and the nuts. The heat really brings out most of the flavor in those. But there is a vanilla Yeti version that we like that is a cold blend. It's delicious. I would recommend that.
Vanilla Yeti. Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Awesome. Your coffee, sir. I like it.
Oh, we drink a lot of coffee. There's a lot of late nights here.
Yeah, I bet.
Nick, I am always amazed at your ability to just come up with shit. Like, holy crap.
It is great.
Well, you don't think I had this all written down
That is
already?
cool. That is a skill.
There a whole thing about how all the coffee sits here in friggin' Everland. Wow, that was awesome. That was worth coming to the game just by itself.
I was fully imagining Crowan that entire scene, just like munching on a bagel. Just like this super leader of this secret organization, just like laid back, like talking about coffee, eating a bagel. Yeah, we're here in our secret organization. Looks like a house. There's coffee
There's
upstairs.
a water cooler in the corner.
Interdimensional spaces all over the place.
Like a hipster moment, like just
Very inviting. I like this vibe. Good atmosphere.
I like it.
Super cool.
So, Crowan, well, I guess I do have a couple. I'm curious. I'm new, as you know.
Very new.
Yeah. So you said you're the de facto leader. What's that look like in an organization that is largely, as I am to understand, kind of individually self-governed?
Exactly. That's why I say de facto. I'm the guy whose task it is to be here and kind of coordinate everything. mostly because I'm willing to, and I've been a harper for a very long time. It's really most about seniority. I think I'm the oldest reigning harper right now, and that's mostly the reason why I'm the de facto leader. You're welcome to not listen to me, and I'll never give you orders. So, we are kind of like you said, self-governed. People do whatever they want, but organizations all look to someone to make a final decision, and right now that's me, because I guess I'm the one willing to make it. So
Fair enough. And we are in Everland, correct?
correct, yeah. Everland it's a great little town. It used to be strongly associated with the Lord's Alliance, but ever since the Sundabar disaster, they've been losing a lot of clout in the world. And there was a recent vote here in Everland where the Lord's Alliance was actually, I don't want to say kicked out, because they're still welcome to be here, but they're no longer the kind of source of power or rule.
Lord's Alliance?
Lord's Alliance, yes.
Interesting.
I've heard of them.
That's the one that
Never Ember.
Never ever told us about. Doing this something like he was trying to get us into the Lord's Alliance.
Sure.
And it,
How do
Yeah,
you
you-
remember this?
oh, that was last time.
Ah,
Sugar honey,
I see.
Yeah, that was a
An
big
elephant. An elephant never forgets. You said something about a disaster?
Oh, Sundabar, you didn't hear about that?
Maybe I did, but refresh my memory.
Sure. Well, Sundabar is kind of a sister city to Mirabar up in the north, and they were sacked by orcs. They were a town ruled by the Lord's Alliance, and even though many messages and many runners were sent to the Lord's Alliance asking for help, they never showed. A lot of people feel they abandoned Sundabar to their fate, and their whole thing is that they stand together, and people are saying that they didn't stand together for this, and so they've lost a lot of respect around Faerun. And you may find that more towns and cities are doing the same as Everland and removing their leaders from positions of power. It's unfortunate.
Well,
I
quick
mean,
roll check. No one went and joined the Lord's Alliance while we weren't watching, right? Man, I'm just like, looks to the rest of the members of the
Oh,
folk
no.
band.
As Harpers, we've worked with the Lord's Alliance in the past. They're not, they overreach sometimes, and sometimes their members can get a little power drunk.
it's a matter of reputation.
Exactly. Their reputation was very damaged. There are some people that are very upset with them and feel they didn't live up to their expectations. But it's nobody's going to get stoned in the streets. We're not going to kick you out of our tower if you're a Lord's Alliance member. It's nothing like that.
Fair
More of a
enough.
worldwide disappointment, if you will.
Well, all right, that's got its own implications, but
Sure does. Absolutely.
thank you for your hospitality. I don't know if anybody else would like to make use of the resources here before we head on our way, but we are headed towards the grandfather tree. If you have
on
any
pilgrimage?
advice.
Are you doing a pilgrimage? It's wonderful this time of year.
More,
Wild.
Oh, well, of course you
yeah.
are. You are a tabaxi, correct?
Yes, I am.
Fantastic. I've never met one. It's wonderful to actually meet you.
Nice to meet you too. So I'm gonna take them to the Feywild, and we're gonna sort some things out while we're there. And then I just kind of like get over to him, and I'm like, so about the Centarum.
Yeah. Yeah, they can be nasty.
How nasty?
As nasty as it gets. I mean, I don't want to paint them with a broad brush. They're not. Okay, I mean, they're pretty evil, but it's really more about power and influence. They want to rule the world, I guess for what that's worth. I'm not sure. I honestly, I don't know what they would do if they had the world to rule. Like, would it be a bad place to live? I have no idea. Like, but for now, they're not going to rule us. So, but they've been involved in some shady stuff. But for the most part, on the surface, they're stealth tools. That's that's where you get mercenaries. That's where you hire people to protect your goods. That's their function. But did you have a specific question other than, are they scumbags? Yes.
Well, if you've noticed anything changing in the woods, or have heard anything about the grandfather, anything in there?
I haven't. Jolin, and you see one of the guys pop his head up. Yeah. Can you gather up any recent information on the grandfather tree, or the high forest, if there's anything interesting? Yes, sir. When do you need that by? He looks at you. He's like, "Are you leaving right away? Do you have any time? What's your timetable?"
Well, every minute that we're here is a day in the Feywild.
But sure. In a way.
We're looking to get there pretty quickly.
Yeah, I'm gonna have my coffee and then we're gonna go.
Yeah, we'll have a coffee break. How about that?
Please, okay. Jolin, can you gather things up in? Do you have 10 minutes?
Perfect. 10 minutes.
Okay. Get what you can in the next 10 minutes. Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Will do. And you see him like run over to what looks like this like wooden pedestal, but it's like really small. It's like a foot high, and you see him start talking into it.
Oh, that's so cool! They can just like start searching things. They have Google. They have Google. Oh my God, that's so cool. All right, I'm gonna like go with Knaruck then and figure out what the food situation is and what the hell a vanilla yeti is.
So you can so from where you are, it's kind of a square room, and immediately to the right and left there are doors with stairs that go up or down. So it's like if your back is to the teleportation circle, ahead of you is this big room, and immediately to the right and left are stairs that go up or down. There's no door, it's just like a doorway. But you remember that he said that the galley's on the 3rd floor, so you would know to go downstairs to get to the galley. And as you're moving towards the door and heading downstairs, you hear, because you were interested in it, you hear talking start coming from that wooden pedestal that he was talking into. You hear words coming out of it. You're not sure exactly what's being said. There's a whole bustle going on in the room. Lots of people kind of talking, papers shuffling, things like that.
And I like try to lean and hear it like, more distinctly.
He's all the way across the room from you. If you want to try to go over there and listen in, you're welcome to do that. But he is all the way across the room from you.
Like towards the like not towards where I'm heading.
Correct. Yeah. I mean, you can slyly kind of make your way closer to where he is. But you also have the presumption that whatever information comes out of that thing is going to be given to you anyway.
Yeah, that's true. But I was like, it's so cool that I hear something coming out of the box. So it's like walking closer, and then it's like. And then it's like, oh, this probably should require privacy. Let me just go the other direction. So, although, yeah, curiosity about the box that talks.
Well, I mean, you don't have to. So is everyone going down to the galley? Is there anyone that has any other questions for Kraken? Is everyone just content to just go down to the galley and wait 10 minutes?
Zwasos would want to pull Cowan aside and maybe touch on some of the things that he learned in his research. just to like see. It's like, hey, have you ever heard of this or that? Or you have a thing?
Okay. And he's like, oh yeah, the Bloodwell vial. You're a sorcerer, are you? Oh, absolutely. That's an item that I would imagine you'd be very interested in. It allows you to kind of put some of your blood into this vial, which obviously your blood, depending upon, I'm not going to ask any questions or anything, but your blood is typically where your sorceress power comes from. And so this is a special vial that when you put your blood into it, it amplifies that power that you have inside you. Are you interested in acquiring such an item? I would assume you would be.
Yeah, definitely.
We have a few sorcerer members. I can put some feelers out to see if anybody knows where to acquire one. They're awfully expensive. Do you have the means to purchase such an item? I don't know exactly what it would cost.
I mean, just knowing where I can acquire one would be helpful information. If I can't afford it, I can't afford it, but just any information I can find is good.
Okay. Are you interested in any type of amplification? Or are you only interested in higher levels? You'll take what you can get at this point?
I'm afraid I, Michael, don't understand what you mean there.
+1, +2, +3. So the vials come in different plus.
Okay. So I mean, I'm guessing that I can't afford a +3.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah. So
I don't know. You guys have amassed some wealth here. Yeah, not that much wealth.
Yeah, no. So yeah, even if all the entire folk band all pooled our money together, I probably could afford one of those.
Yeah,
but a +2 might possibly be a possibility.
Okay. Yeah. So he's like, okay, I'll send some feelers out to see if anybody has anything. I'm sure we have a few sorcerers in our ranks. I don't know if they'd be willing to give up such an item, but we may have members of our ranks who also don't have the means to acquire such a thing, but might know where it is.
Precisely. So, even if they have one and they're like, oh, I got it from this place, you got to go see this guy who's hidden in a hollowed out tree and blah 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 blah, whatever.
That's very true. Yeah. Are you describing Pikel? Do you know Pikel the Druid?
I love Pikel the Druid. I can't imagine how what Pikel the Druid would have to do with a sorcerer specific item, but
you just described him. He lives in a tree. I thought you knew who he was.
I love everybody who's not trying to hurt innocent people.
That's fair. I appreciate that. Yeah. So if I find anything, we'll go ahead and send a message and let you know. Are there any other things that you're interested in?
I mean, there are a handful of.
Are there certain effects that you're looking for?
Well, I'm in
being an adventurer, I understand that there's probably things.
Yeah, I'm also, I've been just piquing my interest with magic items in general, and maybe hoping to find some things that can also help my fellow members of the folk band. So there are some things that I've heard of that I'd maybe like to try and find to acquire for them, but I don't want to spoil the surprise.
Okay, sure. Yeah, all right. Do you want to tell me? Do you want to provide me maybe a list in a way that your fellow friends maybe stays?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Yeah. If you want to, just before you leave, just write down either common or elvish or gnomish or giant. Just write down the list in one of those languages so I can read it, and then I'll see what I can do.
Sounds perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Of course. Glad to help. For those, always happy to help those helping the world. Excellent. Anything else anybody else needs answered? Any knowledge, wisdom?
For now.
Need to hash
Was
out
was this like a library, did you say, or just like a research center?
It's like a research center. The walls look like, it almost looks like a library because there's tables in the middle where people are, and then there's books that line all the walls. Books as well as scrolls of information, things like that. But you can see people going back and forth to the bookshelves, getting books, putting them back, things like that. So it's not as big as a library, but it's kind of laid out like a library.
I mean, Ma'am might ask if he knows anything or if they have any information on the ordning.
Okay. The ordning, that's a giant thing, right? That's like their hierarchy, is that right?
Yeah,
It's a hierarchy.
something like that. Yeah.
And the hill giants are doing something, and they're saying "duh." Just
Duh.
duh. Yeah.
Yeah, there's something going on down kind of southern coast area with some hill giants.
Hill giant, southern coast. Interesting. What, if you don't mind my asking, what's going
The
on?
breaking of the ordning.
The breaking of the ordning?
That's maybe we're not entirely sure.
Hey, hang on one second. Billin. Hey, Billin. Yeah, come here. This is Billin. And you see this really
Billin.
really short elf. Full on elf. He looks like he might be a wood elf. He's got really pointy ears. He comes up. Yes, Crowan. Billin, I know that you know a little bit about giant. They're asking about the ordning, the breaking of the ordning. Oh, I mean, we wouldn't want the ordning broken. Hi, I'm Billin.
Hi, Billin.
I know a lot about
Hello,
giants. Okay, so you're asking about the ordning breaking? I don't think that's really a
Hypothetically
thing.
speaking,
Hypothetically.
if you were like writing a paper on it or something.
Yeah,
And the
yeah,
hill
sure.
giants started it.
Okay. Well, that's a thought exercise. I like these. Okay, so the ordning was put into effect by the giant god whose name escapes me right now. But basically, it's a hierarchy that he has decided is the way that they will rule their giant kingdoms. So it starts with the storm giants. The storm giants are at the top. They rule all the other giants. And then from there, there's kind of like an upper middle class, if you will. And that's like the stone giants, the frost giants, the fire giants. They're all kind of in a separate upper middle class. And then you've got like the lower class. That's the hill giants. They're really the ones that are kind of the stepchild of the group, if you will. So none of the giants really take them very seriously. But so anyway, so this ordning is kind of what keeps them in line, I guess, if you will. So if you're talking about breaking the ordning, that's something that probably would happen at the top. Like their god would have to be like really mad at them probably to just be like, hey, the ordning's done. And then I guess if I were to guess what would happen after that, I would guess that the giants probably would start jockeying for position. So either acquiring power, wealth, those types of things.
Would you compare it to like a mutiny?
Yeah,
As if,
yeah,
like, the
exactly.
lower
Yeah,
levels go
that's a
against
great,
higher
yeah, like a mutiny. And so the ship captain would be the storm giants, and so you'd have all the other giants. Except with a mutiny, usually all the crew work together to overthrow. Where in this case, it would be almost like each crew member decides they're the new captain. And so you'd have all these different crew members vying to be the new captain, and so they would have to. And giants are they're pretty aggressive. So I would imagine that they would probably start a big war. But between giants, but in a world like ours, a war between giants would be very bad for us.
Yeah. So it's
I
like,
whispered to Nyx, this sounds like a big deal.
this is a really big deal. So hypothetically, let's continue this thought process.
I like this. This is cool.
Yeah. So if the giants are hypothetically speaking taking over Red Larch, Foliards, and Mudford and taking the food and talking about guts.
Oh,
Hypothetically.
well, I mean,
Hypothetically.
I mean, Wumford wouldn't be much of a loss, but I mean, what you're talking about is them kind of. What you're describing is something I would exactly expect hill giants to do in the case of the breaking of an ordning. Is they would start to build a massive power, and you would need food and supplies in order to do that.
Who's Guh?
You know
Is
who's
that a
Guh?
person? I don't know. I've never heard of Guh.
The hill giants who just keep talking about, hypothetically talking about.
Guh.
That wouldn't mean anything to you.
No, I've never heard that. I've never heard the term or the name Guh. Is it a person? Is it is it like maybe their leader or something?
I think they're talking. I think that.
No.
I mean, hypothetically.
In the hypothetical situation,
Yeah.
if they were to be chanting one word over and over again, what would you think that to mean?
From hill giants, that's got to be a leader. That's got to be like the top dog type of thing. I would, they're kind of slow. They're not the smartest of creatures, let alone giants. I mean, let's be real. But don't let that don't let that lead you into a false sense of confidence. They hit hard. Yeah. But I mean, that wouldn't be a good thing. This is still hypothetical, right?
This is hypothetical. Yeah.
Very hypothetical. Right.
Now, one more thing about our little hypothetical that I'm having trouble wrapping my head around.
Sure.
What you said to break the ordering?
Yeah.
There'd have to be like the god's involvement.
It would have to be the god that broke the ordering. That's
what kind of thing, like, I don't know, what if he was like super disappointed with the storm giants or something?
Oh, exactly. Yeah. If they like embarrassed him or something like that, that would piss him off probably. And then let the other giants decide if the storm giants really deserve to rule. I mean, that's what I would think.
Right. Yeah, okay, cool, great. Well, Nyx, did you get everything you needed for that short story you're writing about the giant?
That was great.
That's cool.
Yeah, and so we'll put you down as a reference. It was Billings.
Billing.
Yeah, all right.
Thank you, Billings.
Don't mention that I'm a Harper, though. Okay.
Like no. Billings from the library. Billings from the library.
Okay.
Billings from Everland.
Billings from Everland.
Lurkwood.
Lurkwood.
Yeah.
Lurkwood.
Great.
Oh, there's another portal to the Feywild over there. Anyway.
In the book series, right?
It's
an ongoing series, right? Nyx is just so creative. And Mary just puts her hands on Nyx's shoulders and starts walking away. Have a nice day, Bill, and you've been very kind.
That's all. I totally just gave them inspiration for that. That was amazing.
Ma'am inspiration. Oh my god, totally deserved.
Yeah, the transitions might be common knowledge amongst the Emerald Enclave members, but not so much in the rest of the world.
Oh.
You may have just given away a Lurkwood elf secret.
Like, in a while, that just there. With a face after that, I was like, ooh, that was not known.
Okay, well, if that's all you need, okay, bye.
That was enriching.
I was going to push me away, and I was like, but what about the, and I was going to ask about the Loxodon and giant thing, but I guess if I'm being walked away, I'm just going to go, okay, never mind, another day.
maybe we can we can ask when we come back, right? We're gonna have to come back through here.
Yeah, we're
But
I mean,
remember,
it's
not everybody knows about those Feywild portals.
sometimes I forget because like all of you, you know, and then it's just like where I came from. So like that's just,
Right.
but yeah. Not everybody knows about it. So yeah.
And it could be dangerous if everybody knew, right? I mean, you don't. I mean, I guess if it's more your knowledge to share than mine. So if you don't care, but I just thought, you know, there was
No, that's
some.
a good point. But it also makes me wonder how the Empire found it.
Well, I suppose that's something we're gonna have to find out.
Yeah. Anyway, has it been 10 minutes?
Yes, it has definitely been 10 minutes. Yep. So after your interrogation of villains, you head on down and you see Knaruck, who is just looks to be in pure ecstasy, drinking the greatest cup of coffee he's ever had. The vanilla Yeti was exactly what Knaruck was looking for. Cold brewed. It's got just a crisp flavor that just almost stabs your tongue as you're drinking it.
Sorry, I couldn't wait until that guy was finished talking. I had to try this vanilla Yeti. I'm sorry. Sorry for dipping out early. God, this is amazing. God, this is so good.
You are all set. I might have opened my mouth too much. So you drink that coffee and enjoy it.
Oh, way ahead of you. Oh yeah.
Yeah, and the information about the giants, it didn't just keep getting worse or nothing. Don't worry.
No, okay, because that was a handful.
It's a lot. But luckily, while we're in the Feywild, not that much should happen. You know what? With
I've heard that before, friend. You know how these adventures go. Ho ho ho! Damn, it's good coffee.
All right, so you're having your coffee, and a few minutes after you get down there, you see kind of Crowan come down the stairs, and he looks around, he sees you, and he comes over. He's like, we have gotten a few reports out of the grandfather tree area. Actually, a couple of reports came out from Noanner's Hold. Apparently, there's something strange going on at Noanner's Hold. We had one agent who stopped there for the night. They were on their way to grandfather, and said that the townfolk there are acting really strange. He didn't say exactly what was happening, but he did say that there were some strange sounds at night, some kind of wild braying, and that all the townsfolk seemed to be really tight-lipped about what was going on, but all told him to stay in his room for the night and not go outside. He didn't go outside. He definitely heard some strange sounds. But anyway, he was on his way to Grandfather Tree, and he said that some of the pilgrims there were talking about missing persons. There've been a few people apparently that wander off and just never come back. Usually the Grandfather Tree is a really peaceful place. You know, it's not a place where people go and, you know, get hurt or die or go missing. So it sounds like there may be some strange things going on around Grandfather Tree. He said he did some investigation, and he found a couple of people willing to talk to him about a fellow of theirs that I guess wandered off in the night. They weren't sure exactly where, but just never came back the next morning. And he also talked to an elf who had said that he was harassed by some humans on some trail north of the Grandfather Tree, but it didn't sound like it was anything terrible. It wasn't hurt or anything, but he did say that he was harassed, and that's, again, not something that usually happens around the Grandfather Tree. It's usually, you know, peace, love, music, all that kind of stuff. So other than that, we don't generally have agents around there. There are some other organizations that might know more about that area, but that's all the reports that we've gotten. If you find anything there, we'd love some type of report, find out, maybe what it was, and kind of close the loop on that. But if you're headed down there, I understand that there is a trail that picks up a little ways into the woods from Everland. It's not a very well traveled trail. I think it's more of like a deer trail. But one of our people here said that they grew up near Stone Stand, and there are a bunch of just deer trail that run all the way through the high forest. So, if you can pick up one of these deer trails and just head south, you'll probably find your way to the grandfather tree.
Well, thanks, Rowan. That's all perfect. There wasn't any more information on those humans that were harassing. No description or anything.
Not that I got. I can go back and see if maybe there was any type of description, but usually the agents are really good about, making note of anything like that. I would guess we probably didn't get a description at the time, but I can check.
Well, I think we will probably be on our way. What do y'all think?
I think that's good. I appreciate the information. It'll help us make sure that we stay safe. And
Yeah, it's been a 10-day in the Feywild. We should probably get down there sooner rather than later.
yeah.
Are you headed to the Feywild? So you're headed back there? Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. And you've been there before. You.
I've been there.
Okay. All right. Very good. All right. Well, enjoy.
If you have any travel recommendations, not all of us do have the experience.
Well, I have never been there myself, but it is kind of an interest of mine. I haven't been able to gather a whole lot of information. I'd love to talk with you more, Nyx, if you have more time. Kind of pick your brain about it. But from what I've heard, it's about as different from the material plane as you might imagine. It physically, I guess it's very similar, but
It's like a mirror, but everything's different.
Okay, yeah, I haven't heard it explained that way, but that makes sense based on what I've been told. Very, very similar to our plane. Everything's physically very similar, but it's also very different. Time flows very differently. Although I have heard there are a few places there that I figured out how to mitigate that time difference. But there's also, from what I understand, like here, the kind of species of the world are kind of broken into intelligent and non-intelligent, where from my understanding in the Feywild, most creatures are intelligent and you will encounter them. So it's a little bit different. In the Feywild, maybe don't expect to be the top of the food chain all the time.
Yeah, no, we're not going to be the top of the food.
Well, you might, but have a care that things that you run into may not be what they appear.
Well, we appreciate everything, Crowan, and I'm sure we'll see you on our way back through.
Excellent. Well, I look forward to seeing you again. Is there anything I can do to help you on your way? Is there?
No,
I'm just going to pick up the deer trail.
Yeah.
All right. Very good. Fantastic. Welcome to the group, ma'am. And I hope you're safe. Stay safe on your journey.
Thanks,
I'll see if you come back through.
Hopefully we could. Yes. Don't go back there. Everyone ready? Oh my god.
It seems like it might be difficult to tear Knaruck away from his delicious coffee, but eventually.
I'm done. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to roll.
Yeah.
Let's go.
All right.
Are we going from are we doing the path from Noanda's Hold, or are we doing the path from Stone Stand?
From Everland.
What's
Everland's
Noanda's
right.
Hold? There's a path to a cathedral, then a path to grandfather tree.
Yeah, but that, I mean, I know there's stuff going on there, but like we should just go to the Fey.
You know, and I'm saying which path.
Yeah, straight down from Everland. If we just go south.
Okay, I just
Um,
Yeah,
So before we go, Zwasos is going to pass a list of things over to the dude whose name I can't remember. Conrad? Cathedral?
Crowen.
That's it. I knew it. That was going to be my next one.
the unimportant guy that. Very good. Okay, and he takes a list and he looks at it real quick, and it's a long note, so he's gonna read it later.
Of course he is.
Okay. All right. Very good. All right. Let me write this down real quick.
Wait, what's the deal with cathedral? What's that?
So it's a pilgrimage. So there's a path from Neanderthal through the cathedral to the grandfather tree. So it's like a pilgrimage thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're which is that? That's the path we're not gonna take.
That's the path we're not gonna take, but directly south of Everland.
I see. Oh, all right. All right, I see the map. All right, cool. I was so proud of myself for taking notes, and then I take like bad notes.
You're okay.
That's
We have
my.
to go south from Everland, and there's a deer trail, and the entrance to the Feywild is north of the grandfather tree. So we should hit the entrance before we hit the grandfather tree. If we hit the grandfather tree, we've gone too far.
Okay. I got that wrong too.
You all get from the Everland place.
Yeah,
if we went
couldn't.
through the typical pilgrimage, we would have to go north. We would hit the grandfather tree and then go north. But if we're going from Everland south, we would hit it first before the grandfather tree. If we hit the grandfather tree, we missed it somewhere.
I see. Okay.
It's too far. I just have to circle back and go back.
Okay. So you step out of the tower.
I'm sorry, Nick. I'm realizing I meant to say it earlier, but you guys were all in the middle of stuff. I've got Amos with me. Would be what I would plan on doing, is just having him hang out with us all the time. So, like, Amos should be there.
Okay. So your imp is flying around inside the castle. So
well, I mean, he can just be hanging out with us. I mean, like, you know, riding on a man's shoulder or something next to what the hell's his name?
Who?
What's man's bird's name? I forget.
Bubble.
Bubble.
Yep, Bubble. Okay. So I mean, so Crowen does comment on the fiend on your shoulder. He's like, you have a imp familiar? That's interesting.
He's a celestial imp. He's very special.
Sure, he is. Okay.
He speaks with a Scottish accent, which I'm not capable of doing.
That's very adorable. He's okay. He's not going to get into trouble, right? You've got
he's with me.
Okay.
He's under command. It's fine. Anyway, thank you very much for your hospitality. We shall go.
Excellent. Yes. Yeah. And you see him kind of, eyeball the imp again. Okay. Very well. Enjoy your trip. Be safe. Wonderful.
I mean,
good day.
Yeah. I mean, if Crowen's got a problem, I could just put him in his Pokeball, but I mean, I've never had him hanging out.
I think an imp flying around is going to draw a lot of attention. Do you
What
think
I'm saying is that he wouldn't be flying around, he'd just be like hanging out. Like
Yep. You have a fiend from the abyss on your shoulder. It's fine.
And imps from the abyss.
It's from the what?
The abyss.
Well, from the Shadowfell, technically. You have a
Shadowfell,
queen
whatever.
from the Shadowfell perched on your shoulder. It's fine. It's fine.
You have a beast that is technically evil on your shoulder and a place that fights evil.
It might, it might raise some eyebrows, but it is what it is. Very good. Okay. All right. So you all step out of the so you're leaving. So you walk down. You walk down the next set of stairs, and what you see is basically a mirror version of the research room, except instead of bookshelves, there's just doors, door after door after door after door after door, all along the walls. And then you head down to the bottom floor, and it, like, you walk out of the stairs into what kind of feels like a tavern almost, like it looks like a tavern, and there are people sitting at tables as if it was a tavern, but like nobody's drinking, nobody's being rowdy, like you all get the impression that this is a front, that these are all Harper agents, and this is just what the house is supposed to look like. So you all kind of wave on your way out, and then when you step out the door, you step out into kind of like a little rural area where there are a bunch of other small houses, and when you turn around and look, what you see is kind of a 1.5-story house that you've just come out of. Doesn't, it's not dilapidated, it's not built up, it's just kind of a normal, and you look around and it looks like every other house, like it's been there for 5 or 10 years. And you kind of look around and you see that you are in fact in a city, and there are a few, there's people going about their day. Nobody seems to, well, a couple people might look in your direction, being a menagerie of animal folk. But nobody accosts you. There's a couple double takes, but you can easy enough find your way to one of the main thoroughfares of the city, to which you can see that the city kind of has a river running through the center of it, but other than that, it does have walls that go all around the city, and there are a couple of bridges that go across the river, but you are on the southern side of that river, so you don't have to cross the river in order to leave via the southern gate if that's where you're going.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so you all are heading outside of the city?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yep,
So you make your way out of the city. There is a major road heading south out of the city. You know that there's major roads heading east as well as kind of northwestish, as well as the road leading south. So you take the southern road.
Take the southern road and then quickly look for the deer trails in the high forest.
So, I mean, you see the edge of the wood. It runs along the road.
Mm-hmm.
But you remember that Rowan had said that the deer trails don't run to the edge of the wood. You have to enter the wood to try to find the deer.
Okay. So
The deer don't leave the high forest.
yeah. So I'm just gonna look for like something that maybe looks broken. Like I know nobody leaves, but like might look less forested to like go into.
Okay. All right. Let me get a check from you to find an area. That's not bad. So you're kind of looking along the edges of the road, and you find a place that looks like maybe there's some branches broken.
Cool. So like a less forested or like broken down path. Like
No path, just
No
an
path.
area where it looks like there's maybe a broken branch or two on the edge of on the side of the road, like on the edge of the wooded area.
Gotcha. So I'll just kind of wave everyone in and then go into, step over the broken branches, and then go on to look for like deer paths as soon as we're in. Like,
Okay. Does Knaruck want to help you look for a deer path?
no.
Yeah.
Yeah, where's
Are you doing your own, or are you helping me?
You wanted, I guess, advantage, right?
Or do you want to help him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I don't know if I can. Can I help it?
yeah. It'd
Do you
be
have-
advantage, right?
Do you have proficiency?
I don't think I do. On nature.
nature?
Do I?
Does anybody else have proficiency with nature?
well, Knaruck has a +10 in survival.
Oh yeah. Wait. Is it a nature check?
Or survival. Survival's fine. You can use survival instead.
Yeah. Damn. I don't even need help with that one. But if anyone
Does anyone else have proficiency with survival? No. Okay.
I do not. I don't think I have anything that can help.
I have +3 to survival, but that's
But not proficient. Okay.
not proficient.
Bam.
Well, there you go.
Woo-hoo!
So Knaruck comes over and he sees a couple of broken branches and he's like, I mean, this could be anything, but like he goes into the forest and he starts looking and he starts seeing little signs here and there, and starts heading towards, a leaf that's kind of half torn sitting on a branch. And then he finds a little tuft of fur on a little low hanging branch. And then within about 20 minutes, you find this tiny little deer trail that looks like it goes off to the northeast and then also goes down towards like the southwest.
Southwest.
To the southwest. Okay. All right, so you head on down towards the southwest.
Follow me.
Oh, that's weak. That's fine. That's okay. That's fine. So you're heading down towards the southwest. Let's see. That's an excellent question. Freaking clue. There's no hex on this map, so I have no idea what the distances are. Let's see. All right. Okay. So you are traveling along. So as you're heading through this forest, one of the things that you notice it is very lush with life. There's lots of different types of plants and trees, all the different types of trees that really you've ever noticed. You've got the high pines, you've got the lower ash and the birches and all those other trees. And then the sounds of life, so the squirrels and the birds and are really quite loud. So you really kind of notice that as you're moving through this forest. So you're heading south for a little while, and you come to another section where this deer trail kind of opens up a little bit. You can still see where the trail leads, but it leads through this kind of open, like an open field almost. But it's not very big. It's maybe 30 feet across and about 10 or 15 feet long. As you pass through, you do notice that the skies are darkening a little bit. It's been a pretty beautiful day, nice and warm, but there are some darkening skies going on above you, and you can tell it is getting later in the day. You left Everland probably, after talking, you didn't spend too much time there, really only about 20 minutes to a half hour total. But you've been going through the forest probably now for 3 or 4 hours. So you can see that it's getting kind of close to, I guess, dinner time or whatever, like 5, 6 o'clock-ish in the afternoon. Do you want to continue on, or do you want to like stop and set up camp or something? Nice little clearing.
Sorry, where are we?
You are in the high forest. You have encountered a little clearing. You see that the skies are darkening above you, and it's getting to be 5, 6 o'clock.
Is there like a approximate? Could I like tell where exactly or approximately we are in the high forest?
Yeah. Do we know how long it will take to get to the grandfather tree?
You don't know exactly. You're not sure. It could be a couple more hours. It could be 5 or 6 more hours. Let's see if Knaruck can give you an approximate amount of time you'll take.
Let's see. What are my calculations?
So based on the information that Nyx and Kraken and others kind of gathered up, you're guessing you're probably 4 or 5 hours away from the grandfather tree, but you don't know how close or far this place that you're looking for is from the grandfather tree. So you don't know if you're 3 or 4 hours from where you're headed, 2 hours, you're not sure, but you think it's about 5 hours all the way to the grandfather tree.
Gotcha.
So
yes.
So there's the there's the pasture. There's that little opening right that we're in right now. Does anything look familiar?
Let's see. Let's see if anything looks familiar.
Oh, 11.
I mean, you're definitely recognizing like the overall like lushness, like these are all triggering memories for you. You're there's no specific like tree or stump or like thing that you're like, oh, I remember that, but you're like, this feels really familiar. This layout, this the forest is a little bit different from the last time you were here, but you feel like you're on the right path. You don't feel like this is the clearing that you're looking for.
Got it. So it's not this clearing, but it's pretty close. Like if we're like 5 hours from the grandfather tree, we might want to rest for a little bit just so that when we go to the ground, we're okay.
Oh, what did you say? Missed that.
But this isn't the clearing, but we probably need to rest before we go any further.
I think that's a fair idea.
My hooves are killing me.
Your hooves are killing you.
I'm used to sand. I'm not used to woods crap.
I mean, yeah, stepping over those roots can really do your hips in too. Like you just gotta keep. So we can set up like rotations.
Yeah, let's set up camp, get some food.
Yeah.
Continue in the morning.
Okay. Do you all have a tent? Or are you sleeping out under the stars tonight?
Oh shoot. Give me a second. Let me look at my inventory. I don't. Oh, I have a bedroll. I don't have a tent though.
Yeah, I think I have a bedroll. Yeah, I have a bedroll.
Bedroll. No
tent. Can't we set up close to the woods and like do that whole thing where you set up like sticks and like make a little tent yourself?
Like a shelter? Like you want to make a little shelter?
We'll make a little shelter, try to camouflage a little bit.
I can cast Private Sanctum. It's no tiny hut, but it would give us something.
What does that do?
Huh.
Sound can't pass through the barrier at the edge of the warded area. Barrier of the warded area appears dark and foggy, preventing vision, including dark vision through it. Sensors created by divination spells can't appear inside. Creatures in the area can't be targeted by divination spells. Nothing can teleport into or out of. And planar travel. So it's not like a super physical barrier, but like it
Okay.
at least can kind of like hide us a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay.
We can still do rotations and then just chill.
Yeah.
Is that a ritual spell?
No, but I can. I believe it's abjuration. Yep. So I can basically expend a spell. Spend a slot on my spell book to spend a minute preparing it, and then I can just spend a spell slot.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I'm not worried about it. It's just a bummer that you have to use this slot.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I really should try and pick up Tiny Hut. That's just a smart spell for wizards to have since it is a ritual. Yeah. I'm like part of a secret group of wizards now. I can probably pull some strings.
Fine.
Put up some feelers.
Yeah. How do I get this spell? Does the elephant communicates with their ears? Like, how do I get this spell?
That's awesome. All right. So you all
will do that.
So you cast your spell. So it basically, do you want to, like, how big of a square? Like, do you want to just fill the whole clearing? It's like 30 by 20.
I don't. Can I do the whole thing? It's
up to 100 feet, right?
Oh wow, yeah. We'll just do the whole clearing. Why not?
Okay.
And then we can like, I assume, have like a fire in there and keep warm and cook without it, being too obvious.
That's what I assume that as well. Okay, let's see.
Nick, I'm sorry. I want to just touch on this real quick. We talked about this last time we played Folk Band. Do we know what spells are in the ring of spell storage?
Do
Because
we?
I was looking,
I do.
Amos's. You do.
I do.
Okay.
I mean,
I was looking on Amos's.
It's been a couple of days. So right now you have one first level bless spell in there.
That's it.
That's it. But it has been a couple of days, so you can say you put whatever spells you want.
Then I'd say that there's a first level bless and a fourth level bless. If that works.
If you ever want ma'am to cast anything in there at any point, we can totally do that too.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a note, Michael.
Okay.
It's public, so you can see it also.
Okay.
And I'm gonna try to keep track of when you cast and when you don't.
Thank you so much. You have a note. Is there a notes tab? I see. Oh, notes. Look at that. Notes. Oh, awesome.
Yep. And it's called Ring of Spellstorm.
Thank you. That is very helpful.
I thought maybe.
You are just as awesome of a DM as I always say.
I try. I try to make things easy. All right. Okay. So you set up camp. Are you doing so? You make a fire. You warm up your granola and nuts and raisins and soft bread, and it's delicious. Knaruck is especially missing a warm cup of Yeti vanilla coffee. And the rest of you are kind of hanging out. So let's see. All right, so let's look at the party sheet here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, fantastic. So let's see. 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So, ma'am, throw me a d20 in the chat box. Okay. So you guys like sleeping in shifts? You keeping a watch out? Do we have the order here?
I would do first.
You want to be first? Okay. 0. Who has second shift?
Then we'll go second. Or if
Third shift?
I'll take it.
Fourth is going to be Knaruck, and Captain Bane's taking the last shift. Okay, all right. And we'll keep it like that unless you guys want to change it. So that'll just be your normal thing. Okay, all right. So
Nurk's got to get up early to start making that coffee.
yeah, you got one little leather pouch with the Yeti vanilla ground up coffee beans. So you have like one brewing, which does 5 cups. But obviously you won't be able to cold brew it out here.
But can you hear me?
I can now.
Oh, okay, cool. Awesome. Sorry.
I think some prestidigitation might be able to make some cold brew.
Yeah, you can cool it off after.
Yeah, I got that shit.
It's the same as cold brewing, but you can make it.
That's right. I know nothing about coffee.
All right. So you're doing your thing. Right about well, we'll say ma'am shift. So halfway through ma'am shift, because she rolled the 12, you start to feel a light rain fall on you. Now you've kind of brought some branches and twigs and sticks out, which I never actually had you roll for. So I'm gonna have Knaruck do a survival check. You can do this at advantage because there's 5 of you. So you want to hit the advantage?
Not at the computer right now. Just give me like 2 minutes.
Okay, I'll take care of it then.
All right, cool.
Where are you? So advantage, survival. Okay, yeah, you're good. So like he's built you like a log cabin basically. With ma'am helping, you the big axe, you basically just chopping down dead trees, and so you hear the sound of the pitter patter of rain, but not a drop gets through this shelter. Like it's just beautiful. It's cozy. Like there's a couple of spiders that are coming down.
Ma'am just like looks up for a moment at Bubble, just like curled up in a little nest, listens to the pitter patter of rain, and then goes back to working in her spell book by candlelight.
Nice. And so the rest of the night goes nice. It turns into a fairly solid rain sometime during the night, but again, not a drip gets through the shelter. It's like it's chinked with moss and stuff. Like nothing's getting through this. One side's built up like an earthen shelter, so it's covered in leaves and dirt, and pretty impressive actually. Well done, Knaruck. So the morning light starts to stream in through the center like hole where you climb into the shelter, and you get up, and it seems a little hazy because of the spell, but for the most part, like you see the sun streaming in. There's a few clouds in the sky, but for the most part, it seems like it's going to be another beautiful day. And you put out your campfire. There were still some embers going in there. You get up, it's about 8 a.m. but by the time you gather up your bed rolls and finish putting out the fire and covering it with sand the way a good nature person would do, and let's change days here. established. Okay, very good. So it is approximately 8 a.m. You're all ready to go. Continue on your adventuring day here. I assume you're going to continue south? South it is. Okay. So you get up and you are, let me see here. Okay, yeah, no problem. All right. So you start heading south. Knaruck has a really good feeling that you're on the right path. Nyx, you're getting strong waves of like remembrance and nostalgia now that you're getting kind of closer. Like more stuff is like, I think I remember that. And that kind of looks familiar. And at some point, you all kind of realize at the same time that like the sounds of animals have disappeared. Like it's really quiet now. Like it's still very lush with life, but the sound, the little chirps, the little bird tweets are definitely gone. And you all kind of realize this at the same time. And you know, your entire trip to this point in the high forest has been just a melody of little crickets and squirrels and birds. And so now it's kind of a glaring difference. And the canopy is pretty strong here. You know, you're on a deer trail, so this isn't a big trail by any means. And the canopy above you, you know, doesn't break for the trail. So, you know, there's sunlight streaming in. It's easy to see. It's not dark or anything. But you do probably about 2 hours from breaking camp in the morning. And you've been traveling probably for about 30 minutes in this kind of silence. When you notice up ahead that there seems to be a kind of a break in the trees, what you would expect to be a clearing coming up ahead. Would you like to walk out into the clearing?
I would like to look.
Okay. So you're just gonna head up to like the break in the trees and kind of look into the clearing?
Carefully, yes, because I know that the Zentarum are on the path to a certain clearing, so so I'm just gonna like and then just look out.
And so you all see this clearing, and you all see Nyx start to kind of carefully make their way towards the edge of the trail. Is anyone else going with them?
Southly.
Yes.
Yeah, probably not. I guess not then. Yeah, sorry.
You're good. I'm gonna do stealth.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. I can roll.
I'll throw it to you.
Okay. Not a problem. 22.
Not a problem at all. All right, so you walk up. So you walk up, and you look into this clearing, and the first thing you immediately notice is that it's kind of the same size as the last clearing. It's you know, this looks like maybe it was a sort of a hill, but it's very sandy. That's the first thing you notice. Is it's very sandy here. There's some serious moss, but there's not a whole lot of like grass or shrubs, and you're kind of getting the idea that the sand is exactly why this is kind of an open area, why no trees can grow here. Not necessarily in the center, but a little kind of off center of the clearing, away from where you can still see kind of the beaten path that walks through this sandy area. You see, first of all, a big stump, and so this stump, when it was a tree, you're not sure exactly how long ago it was a tree, but when it was a tree, it was a good 20 feet in diameter. So this is a really large kind of stump, but the stump was cut almost just inches from the ground. So it's not a very big stump. It's just a really wide stump. And next to the stump, you see 3 figures. So there are 3 figures. One's kind of robed. He's got his cowl up over, and the other 2 appear to be wearing metal armor. And they all appear to be human. That they have the kind of body structure of humans. You can kind of see the face of the two that are in the metal armor, although they do have big helmets on, so it's kind of hard to make out facial features, but they do look like humans. And the third, you can't really see into the cowl. They're not really facing you. But they just kind of seem to be lounging about. You can see every once in a while they kind of look around, but for the most part, they just kind of seem to be hanging out. But you do, like, as soon as you look into this clearing, you just get this flashback of stepping into this clearing many years ago, and looking back and seeing this stump kind of a glow dissipating. So that memory just kind of pops into your brain as soon as you look into this clearing, and you immediately know that stump is the transition.
Oh. Wait, Nick sees. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I see it, but I also see three people. So
Is Nick just in like shouting distance?
don't shout.
You,
yes.
I mean,
No, never mind. Not a
you
good
can
idea.
all see Nyx. You can see Nyx has kind of like walked up and is like looking into the clearing. You all can't see into the clearing, but you can see Nyx ahead of you peering into the clearing.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Nyx, what do you see? Was the base safe to go out?
I'm gonna like back up out of the. I'm gonna just like boop, 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 back up. So this is all whisper, but I can't whisper with my headset. So, problem. There's three human type figures out there. Two are very heavily armored, and then one has like a robe situation. I can't really see who they are, but they're out there like guarding the stump.
Could they be the same humans who are harassing people?
Probably. We heard about three humans, right? Harassing people.
You just heard that there were humans. You didn't actually get a number.
There were humans.
I think you actually got two. I think you were told there were two.
Two.
I thought it was 3. But
maybe it was 3.
I could be wrong.
There's 3 here now, but I think we were told 2. But
Okay.
I'm gonna guess that it was the 2 armored ones or 2 whatever guards that keep track of the path.
Are they no match for the folk band?
I mean, let's not jump to any conclusions here.
Sorry, this coffee's making me jumpy.
Yeah, I know we want to fight.
But we should be ready.
We should be ready. We should be ready for a fight. Doesn't necessarily mean I want to fight. I'm just wondering if I just meandered. I am a Feywild creature.
Do these look like folk from the Fey?
Well, they all look human. I can't really tell what the one in the cloak is. Humanoid, at least.
Okay.
I'm not sure I like you just meandering out by yourself if they're potentially dangerous.
Yeah, but I'm not really sure what their business is about the tree anyway.
Well, why don't we all just make our approach and have a polite little conversation and see where it goes?
I like conversation.
Knaruck, you're a real friendly type.
He
Some
is
disgusting numbers.
He is our one of our charismatic people. Maybe we should have Knaruck.
Huh? Oh, yes, sure.
Yes?
Yes, after all, I do
Hey!
have.
Who the fuck are you?
What?
Well,
I'm sorry. Are you in the clearing yet? I thought you just.
No, I don't.
Okay, just kidding. Just kidding.
Is that for us?
I'm 100% going now.
I mean, can we say that was it sounded like we were gonna go in the clearing. Can we just say that we went in
Let's
the
just say that.
clearing and that was the response?
That was awesome. I'm sorry.
Well, I suppose I just tipped their hand.
Really heavily.
So
Man nudges Knaruck.
I just kind of walk forward from the bushes and say, "Hey, what ho, fellow strangers? My name's Knaruck, and these are my friends. We are all part of the folk band. Hello. How are you?
Oh, hey, it's so nice to meet you. Get the fuck out of here.
Wait. What's with the hostility, friend?
Who the hell are you? What are you doing here?
We're just adventurers, just like you. What are you doing here?
Good, get out of here.
No.
No.
No, we are animal folk, and these are woods, so we belong here more than you
Good,
do.
go back in the woods.
We're in the
Camels.
woods.
Actively like holding back Bane, being like, chill. Just
Get your
Perhaps
furry face out of here.
Well, perhaps I can be your friend through song.
Oh, yeah, let's be friends. Why don't you go fetch me something, friend?
do the
What?
You know,
okay.
you know,
Zwasos
was
is
a
now not
pebble.
holding Bane back.
There was a pebble in Waterdeep that I really liked. Go get it for me, friend.
You're funny.
How close are we?
Did he not react when Knaruck said we were the folk band?
Not at all.
So
No.
okay, so this guy doesn't know who he's talking to.
This guy doesn't give a flying rat's ass who you are.
Does he seem particularly like? Is he just him?
No, there's
No, there's three of them.
There's three of them,
Yeah.
and do they seem
Is it-
particularly like?
So the guy closest to you is the one who turned and is just yelling at you, and you see the other guy standing right next to him. He's not clearly he's in cahoots.
Is it the cloak
and then
figure
you
that
see
is
the
yelling at us?
guy with the dark cowl. Like you see him kind of like step behind the soldier a little bit. And then
Ma'am locks eyes with the hooded figure.
I mean, so I'm sorry. Do they look like imposing particularly? Like, do they look like they can back up this tough talk that he's doing?
well, I mean, so they're pretty burly looking guys, and they are, they're dressed in solid armor. They've got what look like, I mean, they don't look like schlubs. You've fought enough people to know that these guys apparently feel like they know what they're doing.
Yeah, but I mean, like, just the simple fact of the matter that there are 6 of us versus 3 of them. Like, you figure that
I
they
have a
wouldn't be
Molotov
quite so-
cocktail.
I mean,
You still do? Oh my god.
Ma'am leans over to Nyx and says, "You realize we're in the forest."
You can make water, right?
No,
fire.
I can't.
Oh shit, all right.
That seems
We're
like
talking
that little
about that.
frog fella's kind of thing.
look here, friend.
Maybe
We
that
don't want any
turtle.
trouble, but if you're going to insist upon it, then we can give it. Don't worry. You see this guy behind me?
Oh,
This
big
scaly guy
talk.
here? He's this is Captain Bane. He's not to be messed with. And he's got an itchy casting finger, let me tell you right now.
And you see him turn to his friend and he goes, "Oh no, they've got Captain Bane."
I'm gonna cast chain lightning. As soon as he finishes the sentence, I'm gonna send it.
Somatic component.
Love it.
So Nyx is in the spot, like, I got a Molotov cocktail, and Mara's like, no. And then, like, Zwasos is just talking, and as soon as, like, Nyx is like, that's not a good idea.
Zwasos telepathically asks Amos to release his 4th level bless on the entire party, and then bolt.
All right. Well, we've got.
I don't have a map, by the way.
No, I know.
Yeah,
I know.
we're not in about.
All right.
I don't think this is
Oh
quite
my
ready
God.
for us to pick this fight, but
I was
well,
gonna
I'm
do
guessing-
detect. I was
guessing
gonna do
you had a fight
detect.
with him.
I was gonna do detect thoughts, but cast lightning is a lot better.
Yeah.
I think that's a lot more efficient. Chain lightning, whatever.
That's amazing. It's just like, we have Captain Bane. Oh no, Captain. And then they're in metal armor, so just like.
Oh,
Doesn't chain lightning get some kind of bonus if they're wearing metal?
yeah.
I don't think so.
Oh, come on. What's that?
I don't know. Does it?
Should.
I want to say that it does. I mean, I think there's some spell out there that does, but it might not be chain lightning.
Shatter?
No, shatters thunder damage.
Oh, it's a cantrip. Shocking grasp. You get advantage on the attack roll.
Oh, nice. Okay. All right. So let me. I don't have. Okay.
A map for this.
No, I got a map. I'm good with that. I get the map here. We're good. I have to. I don't have a stump.
Oh. Speaking of the circle.
How big did I say the stump was? 20 feet wide.
20 feet, yeah. 20 feet diameter.
Okay, there you go.
Keep that Molotov cocktail handy. I just want to see you throw it.
In the
Keep it by your
forest.
side.
Yeah.
Ground, water.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Here we go. All right.
There's the stuff.
I suppose I actually did that wrong, didn't I? You guys would be. Oh, oops, wrong guy. Okay. So this.
Yeah, I'm next to ma'am.
Could I have bubble on the map?
Oh yeah, of course.
Thank you.
There's Bubble. Come here, Bubble. Bubble's not evil. It's not.
Ooh, that's a big tree.
Yeah, it's a big tree. It is a big tree. It is what here?
Like here?
Yeah. It's not quite that big though. That's a 20-foot radius.
Oh, whoops.
Yeah, so yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Ah, no. It's right there.
Yep.
Now I'm gonna draw it. So there's your tree.
Yay, tree.
All right. There's the big tree stump. Okay. And these guys are over here hanging by the tree stump. You guys actually came in from the north. So and you can situate yourselves a little bit differently as long as Knaruck is in front, because he's the one who came in.
I would have been here next to him. Oh, I guess I would have been, yeah, next to him.
I'm gonna put Knaruck up front here. And Captain Bane casting a spell is going to trigger initiative. So everybody.
Okay, so if Knaruck, I would have been right behind Knaruck, kitty corner to ma'am, then that's where he is.
There we go. Yeah, take that.
I got 24 for initiative. Hey.
Nice. Oh, Bane with the 22.
Oh.
Zap them.
Do.
I'm so excited. Apu.
Hang on 1 second. I just need to fix something real quick, and then I'm gonna need another bathroom break before we get started, because you know my baby bladder and everything.
So I'll be right back.
Justin, have you in Violet? Have you gotten all the Titans meeting?
Yes.
Okay. When I got to the Steel Titan, I was like, I was blown away because I'm thinking to myself, like, the whole thing about Steel type is that it's resistant to almost everything, and it's like super duper tough, but it's like super susceptible to ground type. But I don't understand what would possess them to create a Steel type Pokemon that has an ability where it heals if you hit it with a ground type move. I couldn't believe it. And if I pulled up his info on the data decks, and it even still says that he's vulnerable to ground type attacks, but he's got this ability.
I honestly don't even know if I encountered that.
So what did you hit him with?
Which one was that?
That was the big earthworm.
Probably fire? I mean, I took the fire starter.
So never mind. So you've got the fire Pokemon I've got going on me is Fletchender. Well, it was at the time. It's a Talonflame now.
I can't think of. I don't know. That was a while ago. I think that was the second one I did. Yeah, I don't know. Probably fire.
Yeah. I had to put my Naruto out and hit it with low kick, which eventually worked because it's so big. But still, because I've got my Clodsire, and it's got that ability, even though it's a ground type, which should be weak to water, it's got that ability that allows it to heal when it's hit with a water type attack sometimes. And I don't know if maybe that's a similar thing, but just the Titan it was always working on.
Mm-hmm. That would work for an earthworm flavored Pokemon.
Yeah, absolutely.
They do enjoy moistness.
What?
Earthworms?
Yeah.
They like it moist.
Yes, they do.
That's how they breathe.
When you said, I thought you said they like poisonous.
Oh no.
Wait, what? Anyway, hi. I had this thought today about how Zwasos is always canonically flying like at least a couple feet off the ground just because he's insecure about how short he is.
In a party of 7 to 8 foot tall beast folk.
I mean, next, I think the second shortest one out of we've got Twitchy, who just isn't here right now, and Twitchy's a small creature, but
you should get special knee-high boots made that you just put your feet into the top of the boots. So it looks like you're
Still-
standing on the ground, but you're really flying.
Just put like rollerblades on the bottom.
Or just like a special, like I'll get like a special ring that's got like an illusion built into it.
There
That
you
just
go.
makes me look like I'm that tall when really I'm just floating 2 feet off the ground to make myself set up.
Have you gotten to the point in Dungeons and Daddies where Ron gets illusory pants?
Yes. Oh yeah. No, I'm at the second to last episode.
That could. You just need illusory pants.
Yeah.
They go all the way down.
Oh, that's right.
Awesome. I love it. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
So with
Good.
with the well, actually, no. How far away is Bubble?
Oh, Bubble should be with us, I would think.
Oh yeah. Whoop.
Okay. So with with Twitchy not here right now,
Yeah.
Come on, please.
You're fine. You're fine. I have no idea what they said.
Yeah. So I'm thinking that when Amos's turn comes, he should release the spell into the 5 of us and Bubble to bless, because a 4th level bless targets 6 creatures anyway.
So okay. So on your turn, you can tell Bubble to do the thing
Yes, with his reaction.
with his reaction.
Or maybe
I don't know that Bubble needs it, honestly. A
Yeah, I
bless
mean-
on an AoE isn't going to save Bubble's 1 hit point.
oh my goodness.
I mean,
Then I guess maybe just on Amos himself.
I would think that would be more worthwhile. Oh, Nick, I noticed I don't think I got the boost from the con tome,
Oh,
right? Because I remember just boosting up to 18 with my crusher feat.
okay. Done. So you would get 1 hit point per level also, right?
2.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 1. Sorry.
Just 1 because it's 1
Yeah.
tick up. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's
That is
modified.
For 12.
That's so many hit points and +1 to an AC.
Yes, that
Yeah,
happened automatically.
Yep.
I did see that.
That's great.
too.
I'm sitting at 17 natural AC now.
That's pretty
not bad.
slick as a wizard.
Yeah, throwing up Blade Song gets me up to 19. I'll take it.
Sweet, pretty sweet. So I think we're just waiting for it to him, Mario.
Nick, when you were describing Knaruck earlier, looking at the time of day, it reminded me of one of my proudest moments as a camp counselor. When it was the first day, kids were just arriving, and so this one kid had gotten there earlier, and I'm just like entertaining him at a picnic table, and he's super bored, and he keeps asking what time it is, and so I keep just saying, let me hold on. We were in like kind of a covered area. I'd say, let me hold on, and I'd go up and I'd look up at the sky for a couple seconds, and then real discreetly pull up my phone and glance at it, and I'd come back and I'd say, it's like about 11:13, I'd say.
Oh, you
He
bastard.
was absolutely amazed. Never caught on. I did it like 3 or 4 times.
Oh my
I
god.
love it. Love it.
You're a
And it was
phony.
really exact with the
You're
times
a
too.
phony. Phony.
That's awesome.
That is funny.
All right. Are we ready?
Yes, let's do it. I'm so excited. Can't wait.
All right.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Cool.
Sorry.
There we go. All right.
Yeah,
So All right, so we are off. Top of the round. Nyx is first to react here.
Boom.
So as soon as I see like the lightning just like start come out, I'm like, oh shoot!
Yep.
And I just whip out my crossbow and I'm gonna aim for the guy in the hood because he's more sketchy than the others.
All
Yeah,
right.
the hood guy is obviously the one we want.
Yeah, so I'm gonna step out so that I have a clear shot.
Oh, right. I have to approve that. Sorry.
Here it goes. And then I'm going to roll.
All
First
right.
attack roll of the new year.
Starting off the start.
Hey,
I love it.
All right.
Also good.
Catches him like right in the neck. He's like, ah.
And it happened twice. So I'm gonna just roll again.
He like holds a hand up. It's like, and he hits him right in the hand. Oh my God. Max.
Holy balls!
Wow.
And so I just go, woo! And I'm like, and then I slide back behind. I just gonna, I had like things I could use with that, and I was so just like, like just pull out and like shoot that I didn't think about it. So I'm just gonna yeah, hang on. Can I use this if I haven't? Oh, it doesn't give me any information. Oh, that's not useful. I have to like actually melee somebody if I use patient defense, right?
Maybe.
I think it's if you use an unarmed strike as part of your action.
Okay.
I think it just says you can spend 1 key point to take the dodge action as a bonus action on your turn.
Oh, sorry, I was thinking of the wrong thing.
So I think it's just your bonus action. You don't have to like. There's no other. I don't think there's any other qualifications.
Dodge action. All right.
Yep.
Well, I still have movement, so I'm just going to instead I use 5. I'm gonna go like that around.
Well, one more now. That's
All right, and that'll be my turn.
All right. Oops. Okay, now it's your turn. Now we get chain lightning.
Oh boy.
Assuming
Before
you're
I
not going
do
to change
that-
your mind.
No, I'm definitely gonna chain lightning.
You're gonna try to talk him down or just
Nope. I'm new to casters, so I'm trying to figure out how this works. If I quicken chain lightning, I can still cast Eldritch Blast, right?
Yes.
Okay.
That's unfortunate.
And then I can still use empowered on the chain lightning damage.
I think so. Right? Michael, you're the expert.
I
Right.
believe that empowered is one of the meta magics that you are allowed to use in congruence with another meta magic.
Yes, it says you can use empowered spell even if you have already used a different meta magic option during the casting of this spell.
That sounds
Me
extremely
then.
unfortunate.
I just want to do as much damage as
For them. It sounds unfortunate for them.
Okay, do I have to do the Eldritch Blast first, or can I do the chain lightning first?
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
So you can do
I'm
this.
gonna use
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
This is gonna be fucking hilarious. You're gonna like it.
these two.
Well, they're mean to us, you know?
And then it's what, control click to target?
Yes. Yep.
So we're gonna go.
This is
to
what
him,
happens when you're mean.
him. We're gonna cast chain lightning. Where the hell did it go? Oh, it's 6.
So you want to hit the save. Yep.
Oh, I hit it twice.
Uh-oh.
Let's use the first 3.
Why don't you hit it one more time and then just we'll use those.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Well, I mean, hang on. Let me. So let's see. Failure. You know. Shit. I don't think I can.
To be fair, there was only one success on there, I think.
Yeah, I think that's. I mean, and who succeeded? The sympathetic. So yeah, I think it's fine. Yeah, I don't know how to make them fail it, but they all failed the first time, which I think would be the one that I would use. So if this, well, I'll just apply the extra damage to this guy who saved.
Okay,
Not that I expect him to survive anyway. Actually, I don't know. It depends on your damage, I guess, right?
Saying I'm gonna empower damage.
Oh, so it's just max, right?
No, I get
And
to
Michael,
re-roll
you're muted.
6. I get to re-roll 6 of the damage dice, up to 6 of them.
Oh, that's what it is. That's right. It's not okay. That's right.
Power it.
Still can't hear you, Michael.
Damage.
Chris can wait to see what he rolls for damage before he decides to use empowered.
Oh, I was gonna re-roll.
Jesus.
Yeah, I mean that's a pretty damn good roll, man.
One.
You're gonna
you've
re-roll
only got
two
you've got
twos
two
and a
twos
3. You might get
everything
worse.
else is higher than average.
Yeah.
I would save the sorcery point, but
All right, 46. So he would take another 23. Somber Howl would take another 23. Okay, so I fixed his damage. You're good there. And so I want to make sure that you know that. So when you cast this spell, so you saw the lightning hit this guy, and immediately arc over to this guy, and then over to this guy, and then you saw the lightning arc off this guy into this tree and hit something that you can't see.
Interesting.
Wow. Because the spell doesn't say you need to see the other targets. They just have to be within 30 feet, and it was.
Well,
is it my turn yet? Oh no, he still got his. Never mind.
Yeah, so that was your bonus action.
I still got Eldritch Blast.
Oh my god. I love it.
So no, let's.
Oh, whoops.
Let's go, Captain Bane, Captain Bane.
So I can cast it. I can go 2 on one and 1 on the other, right? Is that how that
Yep.
works? Okay.
Yep, and each beam gets its own attack roll.
So I'm gonna go to the unmanageable horseshoe mustache first. Is that the only one I'm targeted right now?
Yep, that is.
So
No.
I'll go 2 on him.
What does it look like? What does your Eldritch Blast look like? We know what lightning looks like, but what does your Eldritch Blast look like?
Beam of crackling energy.
Nice.
I'm okay with that.
Wait, he died? Oh, never mind.
Hit. And then damage.
Yep. That hits a little. Ow.
And then this guy.
Awesome.
I like being a caster.
Yeah,
This is fun.
That's pretty amazing. So you launch this lightning bolt, it arcs out, and then you just hold your hands up and just blast these 2 other guys. And they kind of hold their hands up to try to cower. And, as they look at you and as you put your hands down, you see, where is it? Where's the, there we go. You see this, like, fatigue dressed guy with like this long bow just fall out of this tree and hit the ground with a thud. Would you like to move? Is there anything else you'd like to do? Is there
Nope,
any other
I'm
people
good.
you want to kill? No, you're good.
If I could kill more, I would.
Love it.
I want to twin an immolation next turn.
All right. So you see
I think you're gonna have to wait till next encounter, Chris.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking good.
So much damage in 2 turns.
You see the rustle of leaves to the south, and an arrow streaks out of cover towards Captain Bane.
Like she says,
That's not right.
every sentence.
Come on, give me this. There we go. And then you see a second arrow fire out from the
Can't even hit the sorcerer.
and
Dumbass.
also miss.
Not a backpack at all. It's just the Navy strap on my back.
And so you see a flash real quick, and then that wasn't good. And then you see them like grab a branch above them and just like pull it down over them. Didn't roll really well on the stealth check there.
I see.
All right. And then Nyx hears a rustle of leaves as 2 arrows come down from the tree right next to them. Equally as pathetic. Oh no, that one hit. It's all right.
I'm gonna.
Oh,
I'm
no,
gonna
it
use my
doesn't.
cloud rune.
Okay.
Creature I can see within 30 feet is hit by an attack roll. You can use your reaction to invoke the rune. Choose a different creature within 30 feet. I'm gonna go with the bloodied, unmanageable horseshoe mustache. We'll take that damage.
All right. So he's gonna take that damage. And this is not. So you see the second arrow come flying down, and just as it's about to hit Nyx, you see Ma'am like hold her hand up and rune magic appears, and then like suddenly you see the arrow sticking out of the chest of the other guy, and he's like, what the hell? And the guy with the bow is like, and ooh. And you see him just kind of meld into the trees.
But I knew he was there, right? I knew he was up there. Okay.
Yep. All right, Zwasos, you're up.
Okay, Zwasos is going to use his action to instruct. Well, geez, actually, maybe not. I mean,
Amos?
Yeah, no. Zwasos will have Amos cast the first level bless on himself and Nyx, and let's go with Ma'am. And then skedaddle. So that's Amos's reaction, and then he'll have to wait to move till his turn. And it's Zwasos' action. So then Zwasos is also going to.
So Zwasos needs to cast the first level spell of Bless on everyone for the effect.
Okay, I can do that for sure. So then we'll go click, click, and click. And then, where are you? Bless. Effect. Okay, I was gonna say it was. Yay! And then so Zwasos will use his bonus action to let's go with, let's just keep it simple. We'll go with Eldritch Blast on that dude.
Get him.
So that's that's an attack Eldritch Blast. Attack Eldritch Blast. Damage. Oh, you suck! I hate you.
Oh, wow.
I mean, I guess one more.
Might as well.
Still a hit, even though I rolled a 4.
Yep.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. I clicked the wrong button. He didn't.
No, he didn't. He's beefy. Works out.
And then Zwasos will use his movement to just go 50 feet in the air and 50 feet away, as if to try and make himself out of bow range.
Okay.
So, I mean, I'll have to be off the map though, so I'll just put myself on the edge of it.
Yeah, that's fine. Well, just move yourself 50 feet away.
Yep. Or just move myself 50 feet away off the map.
Yep.
Sure. So wait, so that's.
And make sure to do your altitude too.
Yep. And then 35, and then out is. Oh no, wait. Hang on,
You gotta move 50 feet. That's 35 feet.
Yeah, I moved 15 by accident the first time because I thought I would just.
Still, that 35 is 35 away. It's not 15 plus 35. It's just 35.
Oh, okay. I thought they were like, I thought on your end they were like two different like move requests that you would.
Nope. They're just in sequence.
Oh, I see what you mean. Well, now I'm sorry, I have to scroll down again.
So that's 35.
Yeah, I had to scroll down again to get the access to that edge of the map. Cool.
All right.
Yay, we finally figured it out. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Woohoo! Okay. And that's it for Zwasos?
Yeah, that's all I got.
All right, very good. All right, let's see. This guy's up. He's like, what the hell? God damn it. And he is going to draw his sword and rush forward. You'll learn not to mess with us. And he is.
I
as he
should
runs,
stay 5 feet.
what's that?
I should have stayed 5 feet because I could sentinel and I forgot.
Yeah, you can't send him now. So you see him run up, right? And he doesn't draw a sword. Apparently he doesn't do that. He's got a spear, not a sword. So he runs forward with his sword and spear, and he is going to hit you with his shield. He's going to run up with his shield and just bash you with it.
Me?
Yes. He's going to try. Wow. That's pathetic.
Wow. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well,
can't even hit me with a shield.
That's fine. He's going to spin and slash out with his spear. Oh, that hits? That can't be right. How do you have a 12 AC? That's not right.
Yeah, what?
That's not right.
That isn't right.
Are you wearing, do you have armor or is it natural? Oh, you're carrying your armor. There we go. That's still only 14.
Protection also.
Why is your armor so low? That's not right. You said something about something of protection?
Yeah, he's got the cloak of protection that Zwasos gifted to him when he joined the party.
Yeah.
I assume he still has it.
Yeah, I do. It's equipped.
Yeah, are you attuned to it?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Do you have, where are you? No, okay, that's why. All right, you gotta put that on. Whoop, there you go. Now you've got the cloak on. That should, but still. Do you have natural armor?
I think that Nick, we had an issue before when I was wearing the cloak of protection that
It's fine. It's an effect. It just wasn't on him.
I also have the studded leather armor poison resistance.
Yeah.
Got where I.
Did you start with that? All right, so you don't have any kind of this, so it would be 10 plus your dex, okay, plus your armor. I guess that's right. 14?
21 minute timer.
Your shield?
21 minute one. 20 minutes.
I have a shield.
Okay.
This is a question, a conversation for next time. But Michael, did you happen to mention what we talked about to Mario?
yes,
Potential idea for. Oh, okay.
yeah, I happened to see him like later that day in person. At
Oh
work.
yeah.
So that could be an idea to help.
All right. So that attack misses anyway. So your AC is 14 plus a cloak makes it 15. So that's, I guess, where you're at. That still doesn't seem right.
That seems right. Because leather armor would be 12 plus dex.
Yeah, and I also I don't think I was ever AC 16. I don't remember being that high.
Bards
so.
don't get any kind of shield or.
Yeah,
or,
never had a shield.
Not lore bards.
All right, very good.
Right.
All right, fantastic. All right, so that did miss. So he swung around with his spear
Change me to
and
15.
tried to slash at you, and it missed. But as he's coming around and slashing, he comes in with his shield again and tries to bat.
Nick.
Yeah, what?
I'm still at 14. Change me to 15.
Oh yeah, it's not going to show up.
Yeah, the effect of the cloak doesn't show up, but it is applied in the background.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, so he's going to try to bash you again. Although it doesn't really help him very much.
Wow.
He keeps looking down at like his shield and like shaking it. Like, is this thing on?
Are we done here?
Embodied a monk, just like boot.
This has been a waste of everyone's time.
I'm only 630 pounds. You can't hit me.
I'm a solid dexterous camel. Come out.
Knaruck is easily the largest creature I've ever heard of in all of D&D that is that heavy and still a medium-sized creature.
I know, it always confuses me.
Oh, the Tuabor was pretty close, right? He was like 600 pounds.
Was he?
Sounds like 650, something like that.
Yeah, pretty close.
But you can shift into like, enormous things. Right.
All right. So then you see a rustle of leaves as another arrow comes streaking out of cover towards Captain Bane. And this time I'm going to remember that this is at advantage because you're surprised. And you see the arrow come flying in. I barely hit.
No shit.
That's damage that time. All right, and then the second arrow comes flying.
Oh no, one of us has been damaged.
Oh god. Yeah, take that. Another 5. Yeah. Your life's in danger now. All right, and then he's going to attempt to disappear. And that's not too bad. That's not too bad. Where's everybody's? Who's got the high? Knaruck has the highest passive, right? But yeah, Knaruck can see this guy. I'm gonna leave him there. Knaruck can see that guy. He thinks he's pretty well hidden, but he's not. All right. And so you see this hooded figure on the ground, right? So like he just got wrecked, right? And you see him like he puts one like blackened hand out and goes to like push himself up and just goes and falls to the ground dead. That's it.
Cool.
All right, Knaruck, you're up.
All right.
I'm happy to keep going for a few more minutes, but it is 2:30.
Oh, it is 2:30. Yep. Let's see. Does everyone have the time to try to get through this round, or are we good here?
I am on a I have to be somewhere by 3,
Okay.
but it's very close by, so it's not like
yeah, maybe just it's Narukk's turn. So Mario, maybe
Yeah.
just take your turn and then you can bolt.
Cool.
Yeah, does that work for everybody?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Try to back it into a permanent thing.
Oh fucking hell! All right, you
Oh.
know what? I should have waited till next session.
All right, we'll just stop here. We'll wait till the next session. We'll come back. It's Knaruck's turn. All right.
Ooh.
So yeah. So next week we can one shot, or if everyone's there, we can continue this. If that's what you guys want to do. Yeah. Okay.
Wait,
That was fun.
that was very fun.
Got to kill some shit.
Mario's got a bonus action left if he wants.
I was happy with that.
Do I have?
I love this.
No, that's not Knaruck's turn. We're gonna do Knaruck's turn next week.
We're gonna do
Oh,
okay,
okay.
thank you.
We're gonna do the next turn ever.
Call him Mulligan.
But that's gonna want us a cue for everybody to take a break.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. Sure.
Awesome.
All
All right. Thanks everybody, and
All right.
I'll talk to you on Friday, and see you next week or the week after.
See y'all.
Bye.
Bye. Everybody.
Bye.